It's time for Northern Illinois Huskies Hockey on the NIU Huskies Hockey Radio Network. The Huskies are on the prowl from Geneva, Illinois, and the Fox Valley Ice Arena. It's the NIU Huskies against the Illinois State Redbirds. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Swartz here along with my broadcast partner Marcus Grosnick and our cameraman Dan Sanchez. We're coming to you live from Fox Valley Ice Arena in Geneva, Illinois. And as you can see on our Ustream feed, the Huskies and the Redbirds are on the ice warming up. We also want to send a special welcome to any of you who happen to be in the arena listening to us on 88.1 FM. This is our first radio broadcast, so for any of you who are listening in the arena, welcome along with us. It's our pleasure to have you along and have you listening. Hopefully we've got a real nice, exciting game for you this evening. Marcus, NIU comes in tonight having swept Missouri last weekend, and Illinois State split against St. Mary's of Minnesota last weekend. What that did was it created a situation where in the MACA Gold Conference right now, the Illinois State Redbirds are at 12-1-1 with 25 points. NIU is 11-2-1 at 23 points. And what that means is that by the end of the night tonight, we can have a tie atop the MACA if NIU can win in regulation. That's really the story of this game tonight and this series this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a big series. When you hear the interview with coaches Goldsmith and Ronaldo, you're going to talk about how big this series, not only for the both organizations, but for the fans. This is probably going to be one of the biggest crowds that we've had this season so far, but look for a lot of energy from both teams. They both know what's on the line. Illinois State doesn't want to give up that top spot, and Northern wants to get that top spot. Well,
and it's going to be important for Northern to play their game. You're going to hear coaches talk about that and stay and play Husky hockey. Now, the interesting thing, additionally, about this game tonight is that you have two teams playing this late in the season who've already played each other once.
Yeah.
Back November 11th at the Robert Morris University Showcase at the Edge Ice Arena in Bensonville, these two teams faced off in a very spirited match, which was the final game of the showcase for each team. Illinois State was able to come out of that game with a 3-2 victory. In that game, Eric Brown scored a goal. Jordan Swiderski and Brian Reimel also tallied for the Redbirds. And for NIU, Nick Remley and Brian Pickett scored. Now, Marcus, for me, I think that's an encouraging thing that NIU was in that game, and their top scorers, guys like Boris and Hansen and Greenberg, didn't tally any points that night. And so you say you played them that tough when none of your top scorers. I would not put money on those three guys going 2 games without scoring a point.
No, especially Mike Hansen, who has played tremendous over the last 2 or 3 weeks. I believe he got at least 1 goal on Saturday night in Missouri, and he scored 2 the previous weekend. So he's riding hot. But yeah, you got to look for in games like this your big guns to get it done. But don't overlook the other 3 lines that can also get it done, as well as the defense.
Well, that's the thing that to me is the most intriguing thing about this matchup is that NIU today is an extremely different team than they were back on November 11th. And not only because the guys who've been here all season have improved greatly, they certainly have. You made mention of Mike Hansen, but we've talked about it all year. Guys like Sean Budds on HID down in that 3rd and 4th line, you don't get much of a drop-off. Yeah, they don't score as much, but boy, they play well, and they don't do anything to hurt you. You don't beat yourself when those guys are on the ice. And so you've seen the improved play across the board, and then you add in 3 players like Nick Leon, Anthony Contillo, and Justin Rzinski, and the Huskies are a different team with a lot more depth, especially as far as the forwards go, than the team that played back in November.
Yeah, and we thought back in November, losing Waterman to graduation and losing, I believe it was Stetzinger and Coletta, we were going to drop off in depth, but when you brought in Leon Contillo and bringing back Justin Rzinski, who has played in this program before, they've picked up the load and they've played very well. So look for this team to be really different, and it's going to be interesting. Again, they've played each other once. They already know what each team is like. It's going to be the one that blinks first.
And each team is going to try to make the other play their style. Yeah. Illinois State wants to be up and down the ice. They want scoring opportunities. They want that. And they're going to be really aggressive. Northern Illinois, as you know, if you followed us at all this season, they don't want to get into that game. And quite frankly, they don't have the scorers who can do it. Yeah,
No.
they've got some guys who can score, Hansen, Greenberg, Rosinski lately, Boris, guys like that, but that's not their game. They are going to try to slow it down, and they're going to try to take advantage of the opportunities that they have. Now, one of those opportunities that they'll have is if they can get Illinois State to play their game, they'll frustrate them. Illinois State, when they get frustrated, they're going to take penalties, and NIU has improved a lot in both special teams, penalty kill and power play. But if they get on the power play, they're going to have to cash it in tonight.
Yeah, they really are, and when I do my keys to the game, one of the stats that you actually told me is they got 35 goals in 27 games.
That's
Not
right.
35 power play goals does Illinois State.
Yeah, 35 power play goals.
So
yeah.
you want to stay out of the box, play Husky hockey, and make them take the penalties. But like you said, they like to play that high-paced, fast, up-and-down game. You don't want to get into a game like that with them, but if they do for some reason, you can depend on the defensemen that have played absolutely unbelievable last month and a half to try to stop them down, but you don't want to go a full 60 minutes playing that game.
You talked about the depth here a little bit ago and how they added to the depth with Cantillo and Leon and Rosinski. And the area where they lost a lot of depth was at defense.
Yeah.
They lost 2 defensemen, and we all wondered what they were going to do. Well, they have replaced those 2 defensemen by moving Schwartz and Jacobson back to the blue line to play defense, and they've played exceptionally well, those 2, Jacobson and Schwartz. But the 4 guys in front of them have really, to me, are the reason that NIU is where it is, and they're going to have another great game tonight. The good news is they've already done it against teams that play this style.
Yeah.
You think about SIUE, the sweep. They played really well there. And that Missouri State series 2 weeks ago, that's where we first started to notice that increased an incredible defensive play from guys like Pickett, McSweeney, Hickey, and who am I missing? Pickett, McSweeney,
and
Line. Thank you, Billy Line. Those 4 guys, and now with the addition of 2 guys who I would say are back home, Jacobson and Schwartz, all of a sudden now you've got 6 defensemen that you can rely on. So you've replaced that depth there, and to me that just makes things even better for Northern. That just makes them even more difficult team to deal with, and again, almost a different team than the team that Illinois State saw 3 months ago.
Yeah, and the defense has been playing great, getting in passing lanes, using their sticks very actively, even jumping into the play a few times. They might not have been scoring, but jumping into the play, getting shots on net. And you don't want to discount the play of Schwartz and Jacobson.
Not at all.
They don't see as much ice time as the top 4, but when they are out there, they make the best of it, and they do the best. And like we've talked about, Jacobson feels back at home on defense after playing some forward at the beginning of the season.
And against a team that has the offensive firepower as the Redbirds, I don't care how much ice time you have, whether it's 30 minutes or 5 minutes, that team is not gonna ease up on you. When you're out there playing defense against them, whenever it is, you've got to be at the top of the game. And I think we've noticed that, specifically with Jacobson, that he's played more these past couple games. And I think that's just a sign of the coaches having more confidence that on the defensive end, he's not going to let him down. He's just going to be like the other guys and come up big when you need him.
Yeah, and Jacobson's not a big guy at any means, but he uses his stick very well. I think that's the one thing that Coach Goldsmith said to me that he does really well, and that's why he gets more ice time, because he can get in those passes. He's a smaller guy that can kind of weave in between the big guys and kind of rattle them a little bit.
Yeah, he doesn't allow that to hold him back. So there's a lot of storylines going on tonight. Of course, the big one is for first place in the MACA Gold Division. As we said, Illinois State leads it with 25 points. NIU is right behind them, nipping at their heels with 23 points. And we haven't even talked about the team who's in third, St. Louis University. They've got 22 points. And the team in fourth, Missouri State, 21 points. So everybody's bunched up there. I'm sorry, and they're tied with SIUE, 21 points. So you look at the top 5 in the MACA, separated by 4 points.
Unbelievable. And we've played Missouri State, and we play St. Louis in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's the final regular season weekend is St. Louis, and we get them at home as well. So the schedule has stacked up nicely for NIU in the fact that they get these teams at the end of the year when you're playing your best, you're playing your cleanest hockey, and you get them at home.
Yeah, and that's what you want.
Yep. Oh, no question about it. Marcus made mention earlier that every game he gives us 3 keys to victory for the Huskies, so we're going to turn it over to my broadcast partner, Marcus Grosnick, for his 3 keys to victory. Marcus.
All right, key number 1 is the defense needs to continue to play well. Like we said already, this Illinois State team is a high-powered offense. They have 5 players with 30-plus points already through 27 games, so you really need to be on your game, especially with those top 4 guys, Hickey, Pickett, McSweeney, and Line.
All right, so we're looking for defense to continue. Second key?
Key number 2, PK needs to be stellar. And it's gotten a lot better over the last few weeks, but again, this ISU team scored 35 power play goals in 27 games. So when they get on the man advantage, they really take advantage, and you need to use your stick wisely, get in those passing lanes, and block some shots.
And the trend on that is certainly, as you said, going up.
Yeah.
They've played a lot better as far as the PK unit goes. So we're looking for good defensive play, and we're looking for the PK. And how about your third key?
Get pucks deep.
Yes.
There's been some times where I feel like Northern tries to dance into the zone, trying to dance along that blue line instead of just getting it deep and chipping and chasing and trying to set something up from behind the net.
Yeah, and against a team that's as skilled and as fast as Illinois State, to try to carry that in, you're going to turn it over at your own blue line, and that's when you get odd man rushes the other way.
And well, look at the Hawks game the other night.
Yeah.
6 odd man rushes the Blues gave up, and you don't want to do that. Get it deep and not allow the other team to come back down the ice.
That sounds good. There are your 3 keys to victory from Marcus Grosnick. We're going to take our first break of the evening, but don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to have our interview with coaches Ronaldo and Goldsmith. We'll be right back after this. You're listening to the NIU Huskies pregame show on the NIU Huskies Hockey Radio Network. Looking for a place to watch the big game? Look no further than Chelios' Pub and Grill. Located conveniently in the Fox Valley Ice Arena, Chelios' Pub and Grill has everything you need for a great eating and drinking experience. Chelios' has an extensive menu featuring favorites like burgers, wings, and beer, as well as original items to keep you coming back over and over. Make sure to bring in your NIU hockey game ticket for 10% off your order. And NIU students, just show your student ID for specials and discounts. Whether you want to watch football, basketball, baseball, or hockey, or you just want to grab a drink after work, Chelios' Pub and Grill is the best place to be. Located inside the Fox Valley Ice Arena at 1996 Kirk Road in Geneva, Chelios' Pub and Grill is the place where true sports fans meet. Are you an NIU hockey fan?
That's a clown question, bro.
If so, you should be listening to the NIU Hockey Podcast. Hosted by the voice of Huskies hockey, Scott Swartz, the NIU Hockey Podcast gives you the latest news about your NIU D2 Huskies. Featuring interviews with head coach Chuck Ronaldo.
I'm kind of a big deal. People know me.
Assistant coach David Goldsmith.
He's a nice boy.
As well as Huskies players. The NIU Hockey Podcast is your source for NIU D2 hockey information. Just log on to facebook.com/NIU Hockey Podcast for updates on when new podcasts are posted. So if you want the inside knowledge on NIU D2 hockey...
I am the smart. I am the smart. S-M-R-T. I mean S-M-A-R-T.
The NIU Hockey Podcast is just for you. Remember, go to facebook.com/NIU Hockey Podcast for more information.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
You are listening to the NIU Huskies Radio Network. And now, the voices of NIU Huskies hockey, Marcus Grosnick and Scott Swartz.
That is indeed who we are, and that is indeed what you've got. It's the NIU Huskies Radio Network. Scott Swartz, Marcus Grosnick, along with you ringside at the Fox Valley Ice Arena here in Geneva, Illinois. We're getting ready for tonight's big game. Did I mention it was big? Against, for NIU, against the Illinois State Redbirds. And one of the things that we get to do before every game is that we get to sit down with the coaches of NIU, Chuck Ronaldo, the head coach, and assistant coach David Goldsmith. And they always have a lot of good things to say. And tonight, I thought, Marcus, some of their answers were a little shorter tonight. I think they're a little more focused than they normally are. So, but they still had good things to say. They still gave us a lot of their time, and we always appreciate that. So we're going to shut up and get out of the way and let you listen to the coaches. Here's our pregame interview with head coach Chuck Ronaldo and assistant coach David Goldsmith. We're at the Fox Valley Ice Arena. We are getting ready for tonight's game. NIU versus ISU, and we are here with head coach Chuck Ronaldo and assistant coach David Goldsmith. Guys, this game against Illinois State would normally be a rivalry anyway. It's an in-state rival. You're probably recruiting for a lot of the same kids. You're not that far away from each other. But now you sit here, and it's the 1-2 matchup of teams in the Maca Gold. Can you put into words how big this game is tonight?
You know, not really. I mean, it's a big game that NIU has been trying to be in for a while, and we're finally here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the nice thing is big games are good, but they're going to get even bigger after this.
Yeah.
So, you know, the rivalry's good. Playing them at home is key, and I think it's going to set the table for some bigger future games as well.
We hope so. How about you, Coach Goldsmith? Can you put into words how big this game is for both teams tonight?
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of it. Is there's no real way to put it into words.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Chuck said, it's the game's just going to speak for itself. You can, I mean, even just walking in, saying hi to their coach, guys on each team know each other, and even the players in the room. You know, there's a tension in here tonight, and you can see it building as more and more people show up.
Mm-hmm.
You can just sense it from the people that have been part of the program. You know, they're kind of looking at the players, looking at us for their cues, and they're kind of looking at us like, you guys ready for how crazy this is going to be? And you know, the great thing is that we are.
Yeah.
You know, the players are really prepared for it, and you know, while they have those nerves, it really falls back down upon us and the leadership of the team to remind these guys, hey, this is a huge game. This is 1 versus 2. This is as Maca regional implications, but when it comes down to it, it's just another hockey game, and as big as the game is. Once that puck drops, you got to focus on what's happening in front of you and the task at hand, and that's what we got to remind these guys.
Both of you made mention of the atmosphere and the number of people that are going to be here tonight. How big is it for you guys, and how important is it for you to know that there's going to be a large crowd here tonight? Hopefully they're going to be loud. This might be the best atmosphere we've had this year. What does that mean to you, and what does that mean for the program?
It means a ton to the program. I mean, and obviously when you can have a lot of people in the stands rooting for you, the team overall, it only makes you play better.
Mm-hmm.
The guys are going to have some butterflies to start probably, which is fine. That's what can make you play even better. So, it just says a lot about the program. It says a lot about the players, a lot about what our GM Ian has done over the years, but especially this year. I mean, to make this our home and to build up such a solid following already is amazing. So, now we just got to perform on the ice and give them a good result.
Yeah, no kidding. Are you excited to see all the fans and everybody extra that's going to be here tonight, Coach Goldsmith?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I've always been a proponent of, it's fun to soak it up.
Yeah.
But as a player, the second I hit that ice, I try to block that out. And, I know with coaching, it's even more so focused on not letting the surroundings bother you. So, I'm excited to see it. I know it's going to mean a lot to the guys. So much to the program, the community, DeKalb, community, Geneva, the university, and Ian has been a part of this for 9 years. It's great seeing what this is manifesting into to be able to be a part of these games and look at the programs like MSU, ISU, SIU, even doing this for years, and say, hey, now it's our turn.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I think the quadruple digits of fans tonight are going to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of you also made mention about the fact that once the game starts, all the extra stuff, the extra crowd, and all the noise, hopefully that's going to be here, you kind of have to shut that out. So I would assume that we'll be able to tell a lot about how this game is going to go within the first 10 minutes or so. That first half of the first period is going to be pretty significant.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. Those first 10 minutes, the first 5 minutes are going to be, I always tell the guys, you're going to dictate the game your first 5 minutes of the game. But especially in a big game like this, I mean, we have to set our tempo. We have to let them know it is our barn. They're in our house, and they're going to play NIU hockey.
Yeah.
So, and they're definitely going to go above and beyond to try to change that right away. I mean, that's what road teams have to do.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be everybody watching out there and listening. Pay attention to those first 5 or 10, especially because it's going to be exciting.
But then stay for the rest.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully there'll be a lot for him to stay around for. And I would assume that one of the other things we can be looking for to know if things are going your way is if we start to see Illinois State get a little frustrated because they're getting out of the game. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's their MO. We scouted them, we played them, we know what to expect, and Husky hockey is going to frustrate them, and it's going to lead to good things for us.
Have either of you guys, last thing as we finish up here, have either of you guys really had an opportunity to sit back and kind of reflect about where this program has been and where you guys were at the beginning of the year, and now here you are sitting second place, 2 points out of first place in the MACA. Have you had a chance to just sit back and kind of take it all in and reflect back on what's gone on this season?
Short answer, no.
Right. You have other things to do. Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, I could talk for a while on it overall, but ultimately, it hasn't set in, and a reason it hasn't is because we still have a lot of work to do.
Right.
But I'm just happy to be where we are now. I'm happy to be a part of it. Mm-hmm. Basically, I mean, I'm along for the ride. I mean, I'm still figuring stuff out, and yeah, we're coaches. We have a lot to say, but the guys that are on the ice doing the work is I'm just proud of them. I'm thrilled, and they got a big place in my heart already.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of them, and I just hope they can keep doing what they're doing.
No kidding. How about you, Coach Goldsmith? Have you had an opportunity to reflect back on things this season at all?
As Chuck said, not really yet, because I'm very proud of what we've done and where we've gone so far. But we've said a lot of times here, at the end of the year, it's all measured by hardware, and we have a chance to put ourselves in a great position to win a regular season title, to set us up for greater things down the road. And as much as I would love to look back and say, hey, we've accomplished a lot, the heavy bulk majority of it we've yet to even have the opportunity to accomplish. Yeah. It's just a great feeling to know that we're setting ourselves up to be in a position to go after what we set out to do. And I think that's, looking back, what I'm most proud of.
Yeah. Well, guys, we can't tell you enough how proud we are to be a part of it and how excited we are for the game tonight. Coach Chuck Ronaldo, David Goldsmith, thanks so much for your time, and good luck tonight. Let's go get 2 points.
Go Huskies.
There you go. It's not an interview with David Goldsmith if he doesn't end his interview by saying, go Huskies. So now I feel like we can start the broadcast, Marcus, because Coach Goldsmith, without question, their biggest cheerleader, comes on and ends his interview by saying, go Huskies. So we are just about ready for this game to start. Marcus, while the teams are being introduced, talk a little bit about the crowd that you're seeing. We got a nice turnout here at the Fox Valley Ice Arena tonight. This place is going to be pretty loud.
It's unbelievable. I've never seen it this packed, and we have at least 3 or 4 full skyboxes up here with us from alumni, and Ian Kalangas, the GM, said there's a lot of people here that played in the program that came back for this rivalry game.
Yeah, so I think to me, that's the most exciting thing, is that we're getting to see those people who have been a part of the program back. But we are now going to have the national anthem, and we'll be right back. Here is our national anthem from the Fox Valley Ice Arena. Well, there you go. We turned the gain up a little bit for you to hear the crowd noise. And, boy, at the end of it there, Marcus, I couldn't hear the anthem anymore because the crowd was so loud, which I think is just the way you'd want it. Sorry, we got to turn Marcus's volume up.
Are you trying to tell me something, Scott?
No, believe me, if somebody's volume should be turned down, it's me. So anyway, just a great atmosphere. People still coming into the Fox Valley Ice Arena. But we got the lower, the lower bowl, I guess you call it, is darn near full. And I'd say the first 2 or 3 rows of the second, deck, whatever you want to call it, are full. Let's quick give you the starting lineup. It's the top line for NIU of Mark Greenberg, Nick Remley, and Rob Bach, the forwards. Brian Pickett and Troy Hickey, the goalies, with Alex Hare in net. For ISU, Eric Brown will center their first line. He will be joined by John Galvan, a defenseman, Carter Kernbauer, a forward, John Levano, is a defenseman, and Brian Reimel is the defenseman. In goal tonight for the Redbirds is Scott Zarnick. We'll get you his numbers in just a minute, but we are underway here from the Fox Valley Ice Arena. The Huskies and the Redbirds. Scott Swartz, Marcus Grosnick, and Jan Sanchez on the camera. Thanks for joining us tonight. Here's Rimo carrying into the zone, into the glove of Alex Hare, and he holds on for an easy save. And we got 19 seconds gone in period number 1, and we have no score.
Yeah, stats for goaltender for ISU Zarnik. He's 11-6, 3.05 goals against, and an 89 save percentage, which is not as good as the other goaltender that we were thinking we were gonna see.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Are you surprised that he's in net tonight and not Scott Zarnik? Zarnik with a 9-0-1 record, a 191 goals against, and a 92 save percentage.
Maybe just giving him an opportunity, I guess.
Yeah, well, and I mean, he's not like his numbers are bad.
Yeah.
3 goals against, 11-6 record. So, but that'll be interesting to see. Oh, there's a bad turnover in front of the Husky net and a shot wide. Oh, line, turn that over down deep. You can't turn it over there as the Huskies dodge a bullet. Kernbauer with it. He's checked by McSweeney. And up the boards, Boris to Leon. Leon cross-rink pass to Hansen. Leon up on that second line with Hansen and Boris. McSweeney in line, the defenseman. Now into the neutral zone they battle. Galvan over there with Leon and Boris. Huskies moving left to right on your computer screen. Tonight they're in their home whites, black pants, red numbers and letters. Lots of black on there with the, of course, very familiar Husky logo in the front. Hansen doing some good work down on the boards. He takes it away there, tries to center it, nobody home. And he turns it over. A big hit there between the two number 18s. Ambrosat for the Redbirds, and now a big hit by Ambrosat on Leon. So number 18, Josh Ambrosat, is throwing his weight around here early on with 2 hits, one on Leon and one on McSweeney as that one's dumped in. Hare out of his net. And if you're new to the broadcast, that's something you'll see Alex Hare do a lot. He loves to come out and play that puck behind his net, and he's very good at it. And so he's confident as Boris chips it to neutral zone ice where the Redbirds will pick it up. That's Luca. Luca over, here's Dunn. Dunn dumps it. Hare out of the net again. And he's up the boards over to the far side. And the Huskies carry it out. This is Justin Rosinski. Rosinski had a tremendous weekend last weekend. 8 points against Missouri Tigers. 4 goals and 4 assists. Here's a turnover. And Rosinski a shot on goal wide of the net. And Zarnik, I don't know if he had a good look at that. As this is going the other way. Here it is in front. Hare can't get over there. Can't catch it, and it remains free to Cantillo on the half boards. He can't clear it as it's held in. Now he does. And down deep. Again, this is Scott Zarnik. And he's in the net for the Redbirds. Alex Hare in the net for the Huskies. There's a shot on net. Hare kicks it to the corner easily. Over there in the corner is Urbaniak. Urbaniak and Wittenberg for the Redbirds. Back here, centering pass. Saved by Hansen. Oh, a prime goal-scoring opportunity there for Wittenberg as he got that pass in the slot, put a shot on net, but Hare was able to turn it wide. Now it's controlled by the Huskies. Budge tries to get it out, but Galvan holds it in at the point. Shoots it over Hare's net to the far side corner into the Husky zone, and Rosinski up the ice, tried to hit Budge. Budge was breaking out, but Rosinski's pass just missed him, and now it's down deep into the Redbird zone right wing corner for Galvan. Galvan turns, puts it up off the boards to Urbaniak. Urbaniak tries to turn, and he gets it to neutral ice, where Connor Anderson takes it. And now entering the zone, here's Gatto. Gatto with a pass back to Urbaniak, who's taken down nicely by Serpico. And now Anderson has it, left wing circle. He loses it, and it exits the zone to center ice. 16 and a half minutes to go in period number 1. Nobody has tallied yet. We've had much more time with ISU on attack, though. And that's what they do. They want to attack you. Rink-wide pass to Greenberg, tries to enter the zone. And he loses it there as Webb turns around and tries to get it back up the boards to Reimel. He can't. Remley fires it behind the Redbird net. Now it's into the right wing half boards. Hickey can't hold it in at the right point. Now the race is on. Hickey's going to chase it into his own zone. He's got Pickett along the right wing. Gets it to him. Pickett, an outlet pass. Tried to find Remley. He couldn't. And now the race is on between Webb and Remley. Webb gets to it, turns around, throws it, turns it over in front. Bach puts a shot on net, but kicked wide by Zarnik. They battle forward on the right wing half boards, held in by Hickey. Hickey with a slap shot, way high and wide of the net. And it comes all the way back down to the Husky zone where Pickett picks it up. And it's sent back all the way down into Redbird zone. And I believe that's going to be an icing call. We get a whistle stopping play. 4.5 minutes gone here in period number 1. No score.
Yeah, like you mentioned, all the plays been in Northern Illinois zone so far. Passing hasn't been as good as it had in the last few weeks. That needs to get a little better, but give credit to Zarnik. He's been up to the task. Those first 2 chances by Rosinski and Bach, both on turnovers from Wheeler and Remley.
So here's Ambersat off the face-off win for Illinois State. Puts a shot into the breadbasket here, and he'll hold on at 15:25 to go. First period, no score. And Marcus, I think the most troubling thing for me so far, not that it's been terrible, but the Huskies have had a couple of bad turnovers in their zone, leading to what you would call, I guess, grade A scoring opportunities for the Redbirds. You can't do that against a team this talented. They're going to make you pay eventually.
Yeah, they're going to make you pay, and they've done a couple blind passes out into the middle of the ice that ISU's taken advantage of. So you got to make sure you know where your defense partner is or your forward partner as well.
Absolutely. There, that puck is controlled by Galvan in his own zone, and he gets it up the boards to Loivano. John Loivano, for some reason, does not have his name on the back of the jersey. Maybe he did something wrong and they took it away. He's got to earn it back. What do you think?
I like it.
Here's Pickett entering the zone. He's got Leon on his right. A pass there. Leon, a shot and a kick save and a beauty by Zarnik. And now we get a whistle. And do you see what the call is here, Marcus?
I think they're going to call it on.
We're going to get a penalty?
On Brian Pickett.
Well, so Pickett's coming off the ice. First power play of the night will go to the Redbirds at 14:47.
The only thing I could think of is I looked over and the net came off its moorings. I'm wondering if Pickett, they're saying he knocked it off.
Delay a game or something.
Intentionally.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm not sure why you would delay the game in that situation. But at any rate, we've got a penalty here on Pickett, and he's in the box. So a 2-minute situation where the Huskies will be shorthanded. Marcus mentioned to you in the pregame, ISU, 27 games so far this year. They have 35 power play goals. So this is a team that you can't put on the power play a bunch. NIU is going to have to do better and not stay out of the box. Now, I don't think that's a terrible penalty, and they win the penalty, they win the faceoff and clear it down. But here in the early going, this is a big penalty kill.
Yeah, big penalty kill, especially with all the play being down in your own zone. If you have the opportunity for an odd man rush or, get it up the ice, but if not, just dump it out and reset.
NIU does have 4 shorthanded goals this year. Probably the biggest one was the second goal of the game in the second game against Missouri State when Mike Hansen skated in and scored shorthanded. Here's Remley, gets it out as a possibility for a 2-on-1. Remley down, tries to dive for it as he was racing to the puck with Leach. And Leach just beat him to the puck or denied him the opportunity. Reimel enters the zone. Good job by the Husky defenseman Troy Hickey there, denying the Redbirds the opportunity to set anything up. And again, this is just ticking time. 1 minute and 10 seconds on the power play. Now they get a set up. Levano to Anderson here on the left wing half boards. Anderson down to the corner. Now back to Levano at the point. He skates to the slot and puts a slap shot that hits Greenberg in front. And Marcus, the Huskies have been doing a lot more of that, blocking shots as that pass misses everybody and goes way down for the Huskies to be able to change up the penalty killing. But it seems like the Huskies have blocked more shots here in this second half of the season than they did in the first.
Yeah, they really have, and they've been using their sticks a lot better in the passing lanes as well.
Yeah, it's a good call by you, Marcus, as here comes Ambersat into the zone. Ambersat, a dynamic scorer. We'll get you his numbers in a minute. Gives it to Dunn there. Ambersat now holds back to Dunn at the high slot. Puts a shot. Oh, and a redirect was just wide of Hare's net. Back out to Anderson. Anderson holds into the left wing circle. Some stick handling. He's going to get a bad angle shot. Tried to throw it across there to Urbaniak. And the pass just missed him. Not a bad pass. I'm not sure that Urbaniak saw it. That one's turned and fired all the way down by McSweeney. And there are 7 seconds on the power play to go. And Pickett about ready to come out of the box. 2 seconds. 1 second on that penalty. Pickett out of the penalty box. Both teams at full strength. Nice kill by the Huskies.
Yeah, just to give you the Amber stats, 20 goals, 9 assists, 29 points.
There you go. And he has 9 power play goals. So there's a guy to look at. Of their 35, he's got 9 of them. So he's got darn near, about a quarter of their power play goals. Boris turns, and he holds on between and gives it to Hickey. Up the ice, tried to find Contillo. Contillo kind of zigged when he should have zagged there. And missed his man. This is Leach. He loses an edge and turns it over to Brett Wheeler. Wheeler puts a shot on net just wide of Zarnik. Rosinski over the half boards. Plays it. Boy, look at those hands by Rosinski. Hickey a shot, and that one never gets through as I believe it hit the stick there of Leach. This is Rosinski in the left wing corner. Going to battle there with Brown. Eric Brown, the leading scorer, wears number 13 for the Redbirds. Rosinski back. Now it's taken away by Line. Tries to center. Nobody home. Is a good job defensively there by Anthony Luca. He's got the puck, plays it off the boards to himself. Hickey thought that Schwartz was going to be there. And now we're going to get a whistle. And a stoppage of play. Was that an offsides maybe?
Yeah, really delayed offsides there on
extremely.
ISU.
He was down by the face-off circle there. But as it is, we're going to get a neutral zone draw at 11:47 to go. No score. And you know, Marcus, a lot of the play has been in the NIU zone. But what we're looking at here is still Husky hockey. You know, we're almost halfway through the period. Nobody scored. That's where NIU wants it.
And it hasn't been an up and down kind of game.
Right. This is McSweeney to Line. Line holds back to McSweeney now. Again, first place in the Maka Gold Division is on the line. Is NIU with 21 points, trails Illinois State with 23. Buds at the point, fires, I'm sorry, that's McSweeney, fires it back in. I saw the 8, I didn't see the 1. I just guessed that it was the 2. I guessed wrong. That's why you don't guess, Marcus. That's not going to be the last time I do it, though. It's Carbone taken down nicely by Line. Good thing that Line did there, and we've talked about it before, Marcus, but the good thing that Line did there was that he played the man and not the puck. And he took the man off the puck, didn't try to take that puck away from his man, because against a team that's got this kind of speed, they'll beat you there. There's Webb with a shot, hits Serpico in front, little backhand, wrister, and never gets through, and now Cornier comes out with it. Kyle Cornier up the ice, dumps it down. Zarnik out of his net. Webb plays it there. He's going to play it up to Ambersat. Ambersat has it. Goes center, and he was trying to hit his man there. Number 48, that's Keneally, missed him. And the Huskies are able to dump it back down and change it up again. Top line is out for the Huskies. Bach, Remley, and Greenberg. A little centering pass there from Greenberg to Bach. Didn't find anybody. Bach in the right wing circle. A shot. Rebound loose, and Remley couldn't corral that to get it to the net. As Vandenberg sends it up the boards and out. Hickey off the boards. Going to play it to Greenberg. Greenberg tried to hit there. Bach coming back into the zone. Missed him, so Webb picks it up behind the Redbird net. Up the boards. And a little touch pass to Dunn. Ryan Dunn plays it up there to Keneally. Keneally loses to Pickett, who sends it up to Bach. Bach gets his stick on it to save icing and enable the Huskies to change it up. Nice play there by Bach. He didn't have anything else to do with it, but he knew they were at the end of the shift, so he got his stick on it, and that made it so that icing wasn't going to get called on the Huskies. Nice job by Bach. Heady play. Lions rink-wide pass is bouncing on Greenberg. Greenberg can't play it, and so the Redbirds control in their own zone. We're under 10 minutes to go, first period. 9:36 to go, first period. No score between the Huskies and the Redbirds. And you know, Marcus, I wouldn't... Here's Leon now on a potential breakout with Levano in front of him. Leon goes to the slot, puts a shot just wide. Zarnik's net. Nick Leon driving hard to the net. Here, a bad turnover. Leon in front from the slot. Oh, and a nice block there by number 16, Weicha. Down the ice, and Line's going to pick it up here for the Huskies. Marcus, what I was going to say is I feel like through these first now almost 11 minutes, I don't really feel like either goalie's been tested all that much.
No, they really haven't.
Not a lot of shots.
I'd say they're about even, maybe 5 or 6 apiece, and there's been a couple redirects on both sides, and both goaltenders have been up to the task.
Oh, a nice takeaway there. Oh, and better takeaway there by Hansen. Boris had it taken away by Urbaniak, and then Hansen took it from Urbaniak. Zarnik out of his net to play it. Leaves it there for Weicha. James Weicha of Illinois State. Now to Urbaniak here in front of us near side. Up the ice, this is Anderson. Connor Anderson. Loses it in the corner to Pickett. He just dumped it. Illinois State at the end of that shift needed to change. 8.5 minutes to go, first period. Pickett turns around, and he heads up the ice. Breakout, this is going to go all the way down, and we're going to get icing called against NIU. And we get a stoppage of play at 8:20 to go in the period. No score between the Huskies and the Redbirds.
Yeah, about 12 minutes through, and I think the teams are still trying to figure each other out. They're not playing ISU hockey because they're not going up and down the rink at a fast pace, so that's a good sign for the Huskies so far, but they got to limit the turnovers in their own zone.
And the interesting thing to see, as we talked about in the pregame show, and a nice clear there by Hickey, as Contilla tried to beat his man to the puck, couldn't, as Leach was able to get to it first. But to me, I think the thing that's going to bear watching, as we've mentioned before, is if Illinois State is stifled and stymied offensively, are they going to start to lose their discipline? That's going to be the thing to keep an eye on and put the Huskies on power plays with man advantages. And if that's what happens, then this could be a different game in a hurry. So far, to their credit, they've maintained their discipline. Now, we're only 12 and a half minutes into the game, but we'll see how this goes. As the puck is carried in there by number 25, Kernbauer, and he gets it to Reimel in front. A save by Hare, and he covers it up as Kernbauer was looking for that rebound. Brown was there in Hare's crease. Wheeler came up and said, hey, man, get away from my goalie. Alex Hare, as we've seen already, doesn't like guys in his crease at all. He's like a lot like Jonathan Quick in that regard, that if somebody gets in his crease, he's going to get up and be like, hey, this is my area. Get the heck out of here.
And we saw that in Missouri. He gave a couple pushes. And
yeah,
stuff.
yes, we did.
Penalties, but
well, and against Missouri State, we saw the ultimate where he got sat down in the penalty box. Johnny Perillo came in and did a good job. Preserved that win for the Huskies. 7.5 to go, first period, no score. Maher tried to send it up, couldn't. Ambersat centering pass in front. Backhand opportunity there for Carbone. He missed it. Now a turnover. And a little redirect in front. It gets just by Hare wide of the net. Oh, the Huskies dodge a bullet. There's one thrown in front and a shot by Ambersat wide of the net. There were 2 or 3 opportunities for the Redbirds. Made a couple of good looks, a couple of bad turnovers by the Huskies in their own zone. That's 3 or 4 already this period. That's something they're going to have to clean up. Jacobson in the corner. Nice job there against Ambersat by Jacobson to knock him off the puck. Maher breaks his stick. Oh, he was looking to clear it. There's a little turnaround by Ambersat. Ambersat had Brown on the far side of the net and decided not to pass it across and just try to do the wraparound. And it was fortunate for the Huskies because Brown would have had the wide open net. At any rate, 6:53 to go in the first, no score.
Yeah, unfortunate time for Maher. Stick to break there in the corner. It looked like he was going to try to go around behind Hare for his defensive partner to clear it out, and it broke and gave the Redbirds an opportunity.
Reimel with it off the face-off win, gets it to Brown. Eric Brown, the leading scorer for the Redbirds. Brown on the year, 18 goals, 28 assists. So he can score the puck, and he's also a playmaker for his guys. Zarnik out of the net. Rinks it around to Reimel. Reimel turns it over to Greenberg. Greenberg in front. Oh, and a good stick by Reimel to poke check that away just as Greenberg was getting into his wrister position. Nice job there by Line to put Levano into the boards. Rinked around here to Bach. Bach turns, tries to swat at it. Kernbauer is able to not get that away from him. Now Pickett battles with Brown behind the Husky net. Brian Pickett loses it there to Kernbauer. Kernbauer turns in the right wing circle. Loses it, tried to get it to Reimel. Now he does. Reimel from the right point. Here's a little one-timer from Kernbauer and turned away by Hare. He'll cover it up. 5:53 to go. First period, no score. Alex Hare doing it again.
Still doing it, but it's not. They're not making it easy on him. Redbirds are swarming the net whenever there's a loose puck in front, and again, the defense has played good, but they need to play better. They're giving up pucks in their own zone and giving the Redbirds not only second but third chance opportunities.
That's the thing that's been bothersome to me is that the Redbirds getting more opportunities in that zone, and so hopefully the Huskies get that cleaned up as this one's rinked around. And here comes Vandenberg for the Redbirds, 41 there. He whiffs on a shot. Boy, it must be something about that corner. Guys can't get the puck there on their stick when they're in the corner. Cornier. I'm sorry, that's Rosinski. Rinked it around to McSweeney. Here's another shot wide of Hare's net. Contillo now up the boards and out. Neutralized. Vandenberg has it to Dunn. Dunn crosses the Cyclones logo at center ice here at Fox Valley. Dunn still with it. Ooh, a little stick handle there. Throws it to the front of the net. Nobody home. Keneally was there, but a little late. And so another scoring opportunity goes by the wayside for Illinois State. Illinois State has had the puck on the attack way more than NIU in this first period. 15 minutes are gone. I would say that at least 10 minutes of that have been in the Husky zone. Up the ice. Here they come again. A little too far as McSweeney takes it off the boards here to Leon. Leon into the zone. And the Redbirds going to try to bring it out. They do. Pass just misses Wittenberg. Hare out of his net. He's going to play it and leave it for Kevin Schwartz. Schwartz up to Nick Leon. Leon to Boris. Boris enters the zone. Tries to stick handle. Tried to throw it back to Leon. Nobody home. And up comes Gatto. He rinks it down to the far corner. Excuse me, the near side corner for us. Far side for him as Pickett plays it around to Hansen. Hansen touch pass. Thought somebody was going to be at the boards. Nobody was there, and he turns it over to Anderson. Anderson to the slot. Still stick handles. Gets it back to Leach. Now back to Anderson at the half boards. Anderson throws it across. That pass was in the area. Luca. Here's a shot. And it's kicked wide by Hare to the corner. And now we're going to get another penalty on Brian Pickett as he played a man into the boards who did not have the puck. So Brian Pickett for the second time going to go to the penalty box. 2-minute penalty on Pickett at 4:03. I'm not sure if he knew where the puck was. I thought maybe he was trying to finish his check, but the puck had already left and put the man into the boards. You can't do that, so he is going to sit for 2 minutes. 4:03 to go in the first. Huskies shorthanded.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed too with the Huskies, they don't have much energy. It's been a little sluggish here in both zones, so
yep.
I would have thought they would have came out with a lot more energy than they have right now.
Yeah, and you know, you say, well, why not? The big crowd's here. Well, you got to give the crowd. There's a turnover in front. Oh, my goodness, and another shot in front. That was Weecha, point-blank range. Hare closed off that side of the net. Now up to the high slot. This is Dunn to Ambersat. Ambersat back to Dunn, high slot. Little wrister, redirect, wide. Oh, my goodness. Urbaniak got a stick on that. Ambersat now from the circle. A centering pass in front. And Urbaniak couldn't get it as he was taken down by Remley. Huskies control now. Billy Line flips it up and all the way down. And Dunn's going to turn around and reset it. Ryan Dunn behind his own net. 3:20 to go first period. No score. 1 minute and 15 seconds on the Redbird power play. Ryan Dunn crosses the red line. Crosses his blue line. Leaves it there for Weecha. Weecha pressured nicely by Remley. He just throws it deep. Line holds on. Oh, and he whiffs on it. Turns it over. Rimo in front. But a good job by McSweeney to come over and support and get that puck back. Nice play by McSweeney to help out his defensive partner Line there. As Line tried to clear it, whiffed on that puck. McSweeney got over there quickly and fired it all the way down. 45 seconds on the power play for the Redbirds. Here they come again. This is Brown. Brown leaves it for Anderson. Anderson back to Luevano. Luevano over to Leach. Leach. Oh, and a nice stick there by Boris as that one goes up and out of play into the fourth or fifth row. And we get a... Is it going to be a souvenir? No, he's going to give it back.
Maybe not.
Oh, nope, he's not going to give it back. He was going to, but he decided against it. Now Levano has it at the high slot. Oh, a shot, and that one hit two players in front and still got to the net. Hare wants a penalty on Anderson, who came across the crease and made contact with him. Got him behind him. Here's a pass. Oh, and a nice pass from Brown to Rimo. And Rimo couldn't get that puck on the tape of his stick. Otherwise, he's got an open net. We saw that backdoor play Missouri State use a lot. And Illinois State doesn't quite look as good at it as Missouri State was. As that penalty's over, Pickett out of the penalty box. Both teams at full and even strength. So 2 kills in this period as we're under 2 minutes. Nice kills by the Huskies. Here comes the Redbirds. This is Dunn. Dunn up the ice. Nice stick there, both by Wheeler and by Line. This one's down behind. Brett Wheeler, of course, famous now as he was featured on the Meet a Husky segment of the NIU Hockey Podcast. So,
yeah, because every time you go on, you become famous.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it seemed. I'm sure he's going to get interview requests and
autographs.
Oh my gosh!
Endorsements.
It's going to really be tough for him. Yeah. I'm sure. So, minute and a half to go, first period. Still no score. Hickey in, shoots high over the net. And Billy Line going to hold that one in, rink it around the other way. Contillo's over there into the corner with Vandenberg. Now Wheeler to Rosinski, a pass to Wheeler. Wheeler in front, tries to stick in. Here's Contillo. Shot! Oh! And I don't know if Zarnik got a piece of that or not, but a prime scoring opportunity. Here's Rosinski behind the net. Now goes over to the half boards. Justin Rosinski throws it in front, and that one ricochets all the way out and down. We are under a minute to go. Hare out of his net. Plays it up to Line. Line over to Contillo. Contillo gets a stick on it, dumps it down deep for the Huskies to change. This is Vandenberg behind the net. 35 to go in the first period. No score between the Huskies and the Redbirds. McSweeney, a nice hit over here on Swiderski. Vandenberg up the ice, tries to get to Brown. Pickett plays him well, turns around and fires it back to center ice. 20 seconds to go, first period, no score. Both teams appear to be content to just take this scoreless period into the first intermission. Nobody really in a hurry to come up the ice. The Redbirds certainly not in a hurry. Remley turns it over. They turn it over to Remley. He throws it in front, but nobody there. And we've got 5 seconds. And again, the Redbirds look completely content. They don't look like they want to even enter the Husky zone, and they don't. And that is the buzzer on period number 1. So I would say, Marcus, very well played, clean first period. Very few whistles. that period went incredibly fast.
Yep.
We sit here at the end of period number 1, tied at 0.
Yeah, it was a really good period. I think it was a feeling out period for both teams.
It really seemed like it, didn't it? Now, what about that period made you say that it seemed like it was a feeling out period?
Well, I think you have to look at for ISU, they weren't flying up the ice. They didn't play their game, and we really didn't play Huskies hockey game. They were just kind of, going back and forth. There's a few times where I'd say at least a half dozen times where the Redbirds could have scored prime scoring opportunities. Even though NIU didn't have a lot of time in their own zone, when they did, they did make the most of it, getting lots of shots and lots of turnovers to create opportunities.
Yeah, I thought the Huskies played a lot better at the end of the period versus the beginning. It seemed like maybe the last 3-4 minutes after they killed off the second penalty to Pickett, it seemed like they did a lot better with the energy level. You made mention of that earlier, that the energy level just seemed like it wasn't quite there. I agree with you. That's something they're going to have to change because Illinois State's not going anywhere.
No, they're not. And like I said, during that period, they looked really sluggish. They're just kind of heads down, feet not moving quite as well. The only time they started moving was when they got the puck up ice. ISU came into the zone with a lot of speed. The thing they need to shore up on defense is not allow easy access into the zone. I think that's one thing that ISU did really well, getting set up really early and getting their shots on Alex Harrod.
Yeah, it seemed to me like they were much better at getting the puck in the zone and getting into their offense than NIU was in that period. NIU we never really saw them have any kind of sustained offense in the Redbird zone. And they're going to have to do better at that as well.
Yeah, even though there wasn't any sustained pressure in the Redbird zone, when they did get their opportunities, they made the most of it, getting lots of shots on net. The goaltender, Zarnik, is, again, he's got over 3 goals against average. So if you can get pucks in net, get some deflections, look for some goals to start going in.
All right, so we're going to take a break here. We are in the intermission, 8.5 minutes to go in the first intermission. We're going to take our first break of this intermission. When we come back, Marcus will go over his 3 keys to victory, how he feels like the Huskies did in period number 1 and what they need to improve on in period number 2. So that's coming up. Don't go anywhere. More after this. You're listening to NIU Hockey on the NIU Huskies Radio Network. We're scoreless in the first intermission.
Place to get all your AHL news? Then tune in Wednesdays from 4 to 6 and listen to the Chicago Hockey Connection on SportsTownChicago.com. We will talk about the Chicago Wolves and the Rockford IceHogs. Analyze every goal, save, and win for both teams, including exclusive interviews of coaches and players and much, much more. Again, CHC airs Wednesdays from 4 to 6 on SportsTownChicago.com. And be sure to like us on Facebook at Facebook.com/Chicago Hockey Connection to get all your hockey updates.
My name is Joe Thompson. I'm 29 years old and have a career that I love as a systems analyst. Career. It still sounds cool to say that word. I never could have gotten on this path without a college degree. And if the college me were here, he'd tell you.
I never would have gotten to college without Big Brothers Big Sisters. I could have ended up anywhere, on the streets even. But college, Joe Thompson, not likely. My big brother helped me out. He taught me I could do anything, at a time when a lot of people were saying just the opposite.
And to a 7-year-old, that means a lot. My big brother's name is Phil. And Phil is the reason that this 7-year-old grows up to be a systems analyst.
Whether you donate money or time, you're helping Big Brothers Big Sisters help a child. And that can last a lifetime. Start something today at BigBrothersBigSisters.org. Brought to you by Big Brothers Big Sisters and the Ad Council.
This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
We always know when it's our time on the NIU Huskies Hockey Radio Network. Back here at the Fox Valley Ice Arena, Scott Swartz, Marcus Grosnick, cameraman Dan along for the ride this evening. As we are in the first intermission and the Huskies and the Redbirds are scoreless after 1. Marcus, it's time for you to recap your 3 keys and talk about how the Huskies did with them in the first period and what they need to do in the second period to be successful.
All right, key number 1 was defense needs to play well, and they really did. I mean, they kept them off the score sheet, but they need to limit the turnovers in their own zone, especially behind the net of Alex Harrod, where it seemed like the Redbirds really like to set shop up.
Yeah, that's the only issue I would have with the defense in that first period is that I felt like they turned it over too much, and that happened a lot early. I felt like as the game progressed, there were fewer and fewer of those bad turnovers in their zone. So if they can clean that up, I think they'll be in good shape. That's key number one. Key number two.
Key number two, PK needs to be stellar, and it was killing off both penalties for Brian Pickett. For I believe both of them were interference. The one we weren't sure, but I think that's what the call was.
I agree. I think that was.
So 2 interference penalties on Pickett, both killed off and were scoreless. So I'll give a check mark and an A for that one.
Yeah, and you know, even beyond just killing it off, I don't recall Illinois State having like a power play where you looked at it and go, oh my gosh, they possessed it for a minute in the zone, and they were able to pass the puck around and just were some great saves. It seemed like NIU was really denying them the passing lanes, and when they did have it for a period of time, it seemed like guys were just carrying it around. There wasn't a lot of puck movement, and I think that's a sign of your penalty killers being in the right place and not falling out of position. So I would agree. I thought that they played excellently. Anytime you have 2 penalties and the other team's 0 for 2 on the power play, you're doing well.
Yep.
Brian Pickett has to be a little smarter. He can't continue to get those. He is the Huskies' leading penalty minutes guy, as he has served 42, now 46 penalty minutes this season. So he's no stranger to the box, and that's just his style of play.
Yeah.
We understand that. But he's just got to do a little better with that, make sure that he doesn't continue to put them shorthanded. He won't. He's a smart player. But he's got to be careful of that. But the penalty kill has been excellent. Key number 3.
Key number 3, get pucks deep. And they did. Whenever they did have the puck, for the most part, they got it deep, started to set up shop. And just like ISU was, getting the turnovers from NIU in their zone, when we went down there, they were giving up some stuff too.
Yeah.
Nick Remley had a couple takeaways. Justin Rosinski looked really good in the offensive zone, skating well at the puck as well. So I'd say all keys were a success in that first period.
Interesting to me that these two teams, who I think are known for their discipline, primarily in their own zone, would have that many turnovers in the period. Do you think that it's nerves?
It might be a little bit of nerves. Again, probably trying to feel each other out. I know they've played already one game at the RMU Showcase, but that was almost 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So it's still a feeling out period. But I think look for the second period to get a little bit more physical and the speed to pick up.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So we have almost 3 minutes to go in this intermission. We're going to take our second break of the intermission, and then we'll come back and we'll have a puck drop on the second period. Don't go anywhere. More after this. You're listening to the NIU Huskies Hockey Radio Network. It's scoreless at the first intermission.
Are you looking for a place to get all your AHL news? Then tune in Wednesdays from 4 to 6 and listen to the Chicago Hockey Connection on SportsTownChicago.com. We will talk about the Chicago Wolves and the Rockford IceHogs, analyze every goal, save, and win for both teams, including exclusive interviews of coaches and players and much, much more. Again, CHC airs Wednesdays from 4 to 6 on SportsTownChicago.com. And be sure to like us on Facebook at Facebook.com/Chicago Hockey Connection. To AHL news, and
There's a place I can get more information about NIU hockey? Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
The NIU Hockey Podcast is your source for news about the NIU D2 hockey team. From the first practice,
we're talking about practice,
to the playoff race.
Playoffs?
The NIU Hockey Podcast follows your NIU D2 Huskies the whole way. With interviews of NIU players and coaches, the NIU Hockey Podcast gives you an inside look into the NIU D2 Huskies. New podcasts are posted every week. Just log on to www.facebook.com/NIU Hockey Podcast for more information. The NIU Hockey Podcast, the place for NIU hockey talk.
That's a great idea.
You were meant to be here tonight. This is your time.
Priding ourselves on being in the right place at the right time, it's Huskies Hockey on the NIU Huskies Hockey Radio Network. Just about 3 minutes to go here in the first intermission. We are scoreless between the Huskies of NIU and the Redbirds of Illinois State. We want to clear something up. We made a mistake earlier talking about the goaltender of Illinois State, Scott Zarnik. We actually were giving Ryan Sweedzak's numbers to him. Here are the correct numbers on Zarnik. Zarnik is 9-0-1, so he is without question their number one goalie. He's allowed 19 goals in those 10 games. And that means a less than 2 goal per game average. It's at 1.91 and a 92 save percentage. So he's a stud back there. You're going to have to work hard and work hard and work hard to put a couple in against him.
And the other thing is he has 2 points.
Yeah, so he gets the puck. He's not afraid to come out and play the puck, get it up the ice, and get assists. So Absolutely. Marcus, before we get going here, we always want to take a few minutes and give you an opportunity to plug and talk about your show that you do with Ryan Zahara on SportsTownChicago.com. It's called Chicago Hockey Connection. Why don't you tell the fans out there a little bit about it, where they can find it when you're on?
Yeah, the Chicago Hockey Connection airs every Wednesday from 4 to 6, as Scott said, on SportsTownChicago.com with myself and my co-host Ryan Zahara, who did the camera work for us the last 2 weekends. But it's just an all-hockey show. We talk everything Hawks. We go over everything in the NHL. We do predictions that we just started this week. So if you go on to Facebook.com/Chicago Hockey Connection, you can see all our predictions every day. We get 2 points for a win, 1 for an OT, and 1 for a shootout. So like it would be in hockey. So we're going to see who has the most points at the end of the year. But tune in. We might get Tracy Myers from Chicago Sportsnet to come on, do an interview. We've had Mike Peck from the Ice Hogs. We have Scott. We've had both coaches on as interviewers. So good stuff going there. So Wednesday we'll be back on the air 4 to 6 on Sportstown Chicago.
And I think that's an important thing. Sometimes I think people wonder, why are you talking about that show? Well, NIU fans, they talk NIU hockey on that show. So, and especially this weekend, you could have a lot to talk about next week for NIU if they're leading the mock at the end of this weekend. So tune into that 4 to 6 on Wednesday afternoons. It's on SportsTownChicago.com. So what you need to do is get on your computer, go to the internet, go to SportsTownChicago.com, and then at the top, right around 4 o'clock, click the Listen Live link. You'll go to a player, and you'll be able to listen to Marcus and Ryan. And V is on there running the board for you. Our good friend was Valdo. And so they got a lot of good things going on that show. And it's the Chicago Hockey Connection. If you want to be a smarter hockey fan, and really, why wouldn't you want to be?
Yeah, why wouldn't you want to be?
Tune into the Chicago Hockey Connection every week, 2 to 4, on Wednesday on SportsTownChicago.com. And Husky fans, we got a little treat for you here. We're going to try something new tonight, and the new thing is for the second period, we're going to turn over the play-by-play duties to Marcus. Marcus, I think this is your first time doing play-by-play, correct?
Besides last weekend when we had no internet,
right,
yes.
When nobody could hear. So, Marcus Grosnick, take it away.
As Kyle Cornier wins the puck to Billy Line, dumps it in. Here's Cornier.
That's Rosinski, by the way. I do the same thing all the time.
See, you can help me out here. That's what I like about this.
No way, I'm going to go get something to eat.
Rosinski gets a shot on that, turned away by the goaltender. Here's Cantillo, rubbed off the puck there by number 13. That's Eric Brown, the leading scorer. Now over to Galvan. Galvan up to Brown. Brown left side coming in. Shoot save by Alex Hare, covers up the puck. Tested early is Alex Hare, but he is up to the task. 19:33 left in the second period, no score.
And there you see the speed of Brown. We talked about him as a scorer. You know, Brown on the year, I gave you his numbers earlier, 18 goals and 28 assists, 2 power play goals. So he's got 28 assists in 26 games. And you saw his speed there as he went around McSweeney.
As Boris loses the face-off to Carbon, but Hickey gets it. Hickey tries to hit Leon on the far side. Galvan gets it into the zone. Alex Hare, like we said, likes to play the puck around the net. As Grandpa Brian Pickett battles in the corner with Swiderski. Swiderski gets it over to his line mate, Ambrosat. Ambrosat up to the point for number 6, Lovano. And that one goes just wide of the net of Alex Hare, but there's Boris to pick it up. Boris over to Leon and out of the zone. Leon battles for the puck there on the far side in front of the ISU bench. Still battling. And now comes up is Swiderski. Shot on net and a glove save by Alex Hare. They had all time to shoot it, wound up. Hare with the leather. 18:56, second period.
Yeah, and you know, we've said it before, Marcus. If Alex Hare sees it that much, he saw that all the way, he's going to stop it. There's no way that he's not making that stop. But interesting strategy there is the shot from the point by the Redbirds. They're going for those redirects in front. They're trying to get those sticks and knock that down. So Hare's going to have to be on it as defenseman. The Huskies are going to have to get in there and try to break up those shots, not let them through.
As Remley, as the top line's out there, Bach to Greenberg, back to Bach. Bach dumps it in behind the goaltender Zarnik. Zarnik plays it around. Like we said, loves the play. He's got 2 points on the year. Greenberg battles for it there, keeps it into the zone, but Leach gets it out to the captain.
Excuse me about that there, Marcus. A good play by Rob Bach as both he and the goaltender Zarnik were going for it. Rob Bach was going full speed and sure could have gotten into Zarnik and taken a penalty. As it was, there's a shot in front of the net. As it was, Bach was able to get out of the way and not take that penalty.
As Bach comes up with it, a 2-on-1, here's Mark Greenberg. Greenberg back over, but a good stick there by Leach to block it out.
Real nice stick by Jordan Leach as Greenberg was going to drive to the net there. And Huskies' top scorer looking like he wanted to go into the net, but a good job by Leach to knock that puck away.
As Neely going in on Hare. Hare plays it around to number 10. Urbanik for ISU. Turnover in the Husky zone as they set up shop behind the net. That's Anderson to the far side. Tried to hit Leach, but it goes out. Now it stays in.
2 turnovers on that shift in the Husky zone. Cannot do that.
And that's what they did in that first period. They
Absolutely.
need to stop that immediately as Billy Line gets the puck from McSweeney. Goes up the boards for Cornier. Cornier gets it all the way over. The alternate cap in there, Rob Bach, gets rubbed off the puck, but a good play to keep it into the zone as it comes out to Pickett. Pickett dumps it in. Here's Wittenberg behind the net. Zarnik stops it there for him. Serpico trying to rub him off the puck. Good stick there as Pickett is in the zone trying to break it up. There's a pass in the center of the ice for ISU. That's number 7, Anderson. Anderson still got it. Good block shot there by Serpico, but the puck stays in. Now here's Cornier trying to leave it for Hickey, but now Pickett's got it behind Alex Hare. Alex Hare taken down, and a penalty coming up on the Redbirds. It's going to be the first connection power play for the Huskies.
Hooking
this is
penalty.
where you need to capitalize.
Absolutely, it's going to be a hooking penalty on Anderson. So 2 minutes for a hooking penalty on Anderson. Hey fans, it's a connection power play. MyCNXN.com is where you want to go for sports apparel and opportunities to connect with athletes in your area. MyCNXN.com. And you said it, Marcus, this is the place where they have got to convert the Huskies on the year with 25 power play goals. Top power play man, no surprise here, Mike Hansen. So you want the puck on his stick.
And you got 4 forwards and 1 defenseman. Hickey being the only defenseman, Hansen, Boris, and Rosinski. As Hickey battles on the near side boards here with Brown and Kernbauer. Kernbauer dumps it all the way down. 1:47 left on the connection power play as Rosinski goes back for the puck.
Good play by Brian Pickett to draw that penalty, by the way. Aggressive play around the boards, taking that puck away with a lot of speed, and that forced Anderson to hook him and take that penalty.
Hickey gets the rink line pass from Boris. Boris now behind the net, tried to get it from Greenberg, but that's taken away really nicely by Galvan, and he gets rubbed off the puck there by Boris and Hansen. And here are the Huskies setting up shop. Boris for Rosinski, shot and a save, and it's loose. And ISU clears it up, but not out. Rosinski at the near side point, tries to keep it in, and it doesn't as Boris has to come back and set up shop.
Joe Boris can play on my team any day. He does everything.
And Rosinski comes in, taken down. Could have been a penalty, but nothing called. As Rosinski's trying to get it to Boris, there's a stick in the way, and that one clears. That stick was from Galvan.
Yeah.
Just kind of got caught up in the puck and nothing doing.
Finish that thought on Boris. He's only 5'7", 150, so he's not a guy who is intimidating as far as his size, but he's not afraid to put a guy into the boards as you saw there in the corner. And like I said, he can play on my team any day.
As the puck is battled for there with Greenberg and Luvano, won by the Huskies. Here's the alternate captain for the Huskies. That one's on the near side for Hansen, and that's taken out from number 10, Urbanik. As Hare comes out of net, likes to play the puck. Here's Billy Line. Near side Husky zone, spins around, eludes a check there by Urbanik. And here's Leon. Leon trying to make a nifty move through the middle of the ice, but a good play there again by Urbanik, saying his name a lot through the middle of the ice. Here's Bach with the shot deflected wide by Ambersack. Good stick there in the zone. Here's Nick Leon. Leon looking for a shot and a save made by the goaltender Zarnik. Zarnik makes a save. Leach behind the net. Clearing up is number 25, Kernbauer. And a good stick there by Line to keep it away as the puck is down in the Husky zone. Full strength here. Nothing going on early in that Husky power play.
Yeah, not a great power play for the Huskies on that one, Marcus. Didn't seem like they really had the time. They didn't get a lot of puck movement, and not their best power play.
As we continue play here near side, there's Swiderski trying to get off the puck was Remley, but Swiderski's shielding that puck really nicely, gets it deep as Alex Hare plays it around for Nick Leon. Nick Leon goes from the skate to the stick, and that's number 26, Kevin Schwartz, helping him out there. Gives it back to Leon. Leon with time. Goes cross ice, trying to hit Brett Wheeler, but Leach picks it off into the zone near side. Rubbed off the puck by Remley. Good save by Alex Hare. As here come the Huskies. Wheeler's got Remley. Remley, oh, big hit there by Leach. Rubs Remley off the puck. And Remley gives a little shove there to number 31, Gatto. And that's going to go all the way down for icing. 13:37 left here in the second period. No score.
Good play at the Huskies' end of the ice in their zone by Ryan McSweeney as the initial shot came in, as you called it, Marcus, hit Alex Hare and was loose to his right where he was not, so the open side of the net. If a Redbird comes to that puck, he's got an easy tap in, as it was McSweeney. Saw it, got a stick to it, and cleared it out of there.
As the faceoff is won by ISU, but the puck is almost taken away by Contillo. Contillo gets it away. Here comes ISU up through the middle of the ice, but a good stick there by Schwartz as Rosinski gets rubbed off the puck by number 8. That's Anthony Luca. Luca gives the puck up to number 13. We got a 2-on-1 coming the other way. Here come the Redbirds. Shot up and over the crossbar by Brown, their leading scorer. Good back check by the Huskies.
Yeah, Anthony Contillo showed off his speed there on that back check, hustling back into the zone, and took the angle away from the shooter there, Brown, and really got in his way. Brown was not able to drive to the net like he wanted to because Contillo was in the way.
As Dunn dumps it deep in behind the net, there's a shot on goal blocked away by Alex Hare as the Huskies are reeling in their own zone.
Brandon Maher with a good stick down there as well to knock that one out of that prime goal scoring area.
That one's kept in, deflected wide, shot from the point was by Vandenberg, but here come the Huskies. Trying to break out was Cornier, but the shot on net by Wietka, saved by Alex Hare. Maher battles for it on the far side corner, right behind the Canadian Molson sign on the ice. Puck deep for ISU. Not a lot of play in the Huskies, or in the ISU Redbird zone, except for that power play, Scott.
I was just going to say that. Those were going to be the next things out of my mouth, so I can tell that you're a color guy. We're thinking the same way.
And the shot blocked there. Serpico with a good scoring opportunity, but it's blocked by Wietka. Wietka taken down there was number 48, Neely, but no penalty called. Kind of had his skates taken out from underneath him. Cornier,
yeah, he was playing the puck.
Side.
Excuse me, Marcus.
As Serpico battles for it there. And number 48, that's Neely, another guy with no name on his back. I wonder if the coaches are trying to say something there.
Yeah, it's interesting to me this far into the season you can have those guys without those names on their backs of their jerseys, but
it's a good.
They're the ultimate team guys.
Yeah, ultimate team guys. As Hickey tried to hit Remley up the boards, but Zarnik came out. Again, he likes to play the puck, got 2 points on the year with assists. As Bach is troubling there, number 26, Luvano. Luvano leaves it for number 10, Urbanik. Urbanik gives it up with the shot, comes around the neck, and Alex Hare makes the stop.
You know, Marcus, one of the things I'm noticing between Zarnik, the goalie for Illinois State, and Hare for the Huskies, both of them seem very similar in their style. Both of them like to play the puck. They don't like to cover it up. You see Zarnik, he likes to block it and get it to the corners. Hare does the same thing. Interesting thing there, with the shot came in from the point. Hare, like a shortstop, played it at about chest level, and rather than hold on to it, drops it down and keeps playing it. And I feel like Zarnik's done a lot of that too. So that'll be interesting to see if either one of them gives up the puck in that goal-scoring area.
As Boris brings it back to Billy Line. Billy Line over to his partner McSweeney. Tried to hit Boris, but that one is big hit by Billy Line as he rubs number 31 as Jeremy Gatto off the puck. Here's Billy Line again for Big Mike Hansen. Puck is out of the zone. Here comes Hansen on a breakaway opportunity. Just missed him. Good pass by Joe Boris. But here come the Redbirds up the ice. But Boris keeps it in. And try to keep it in, but not out off sides as they have to regroup. Galvan gives it up to Nick Leon. Leon's got Boris with him. Hansen behind him. Shot just goes wide of Zarnik. As the puck goes out of the zone, Billy Line has to recover, dumps it deep. Here's Galvan.
A little more sustained offensive pressure here for the Huskies in these past 3-4 minutes. Would you agree, Marcus?
Yeah, much better sustained pressure. Not getting a lot of shots on, but they're keeping the puck in that zone more often. As we rejoin the play, Ryan McSweeney gives it up to Line from Boris. NIU going off for a change. Here's Brett Wheeler on the far side, troubled there by Kernbauer. Kernbauer gets it out. McSweeney's got to regroup. Here's Rosinski trying to make a nifty play over Kernbauer, but he turns it over. Here's Reimel. Reimel over for Brown. Shot just wide. Good, pretty passing play with Reimel and Brown. Hare up to the task.
Huskies dodge a major bullet as Reimel put that wide of Hare's net.
And Alex Hare looks like he's slow to get up, bending over, but here comes Rosinski into the Redbird zone. Taken down, but no penalty. Good stick there. As here we go. Here's Troy Hickey with the shot, and he whiffs. That's about the fourth whiff by the Huskies in the offensive zone, but he regains it. Here's Hickey, down is Zarnik. Wheeler gets a whack, and here they come. 2-on-2. Pickett going back. Cantillo with the speed. And it's an offside. Reimel tried holding up with the toe drag and couldn't do it.
You know, I don't know how that happens when you're not pressured defensively to get that offsides. I know you've got a lot, but, you know, you got to turn or something at that blue line and stay out. I just don't understand how that happens. Marcus, you made mention of it. I didn't see what happened to Hare, but for a while he was bent over and seemed like, if nothing else, maybe he got the wind knocked out of him or something. He looked like he was struggling to get his breath. And he's still kind of bent over now, looking down, but he seems to be all right.
I think it was when Reimel tried that wraparound. I think he might have gotten stuck on the post. But here we go. Here's Pickett from Hare. Pickett rings it around looking for Mark Greenberg. That puck stays in the zone, but now it's out. Good play by Nick Remley to get it out of the zone. And here's Luca. Luca battling with Remley. Greenberg dumps it deep into the zone. And here's Leach. Leach up the side here for Ambersat. Ambersat tries to get in the zone. Cannot. Good play by Pickett and Hickey to get it out. As Greenberg chases after the puck, trying to pressure there. That's Leach, who said his name a lot. Good stick. Here's Rob Bach with that front line with Bach, Greenberg, and Remley out on the ice. Zarnik plays it around the boards and out of the zone. Good stick there by Brian Pickett to play the puck and not the man. As Rob Bach tries to get it into the offensive zone, and Rob Bach does, going off for a change are Pickett and Hickey. New defensive pair, McSweeney and Billy Line. As the Redbirds fly up the far side, over the blue line, shot just up and over Alex Hare. As Greenberg's coming out, Greenberg comes out with it, looking for Boris, but kept in is Anderson. Alex Hare behind the net, Billy Line gets it there, trying to set something up with the breakout play. Redbird tried to keep it in, but he actually swatted it out of the zone, so Bach could get the change. As McSweeney for Cantil, Leon gets bolstered there at the blue line by Wicha. Just taken completely off his feet as here come the Redbirds, 2-on-1, pretty passing play. Big save by Alex Hare.
My goodness, Hare came out and absolutely took away the shooting lane for Anderson. Anderson was in front. Hare dove at him, and the puck couldn't have been more than a foot off Anderson's stick when Hare gets on top of it. That's an aggressive play. That's a risky play. If Anderson shoots that puck about 2 seconds earlier, that goes under him, and it's 1-0 Redbirds. As it is, Hare with a great play getting down there. And Marcus, there were about 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes there. Now I'm going to say this, and now we're going to get constant whistles. We had about 3 minutes of ice time with no whistles there. So you see, this is a very clean game. Neither team wants to put the other on the power play.
No, and I think that's one of the key special teams for both teams, not just the Huskies, as Illinois State wins the draw and the shot up by 41. That's Vandenberg. Here comes Big Mike Hansen up the near side over the Kane County logo. Coming in, whiffs on the shot.
And you know, they've all been near side right in front of us. I wonder if there's something with the ice there.
Here comes Brown. Ambersat and Brown. Brown shoots, scores! Beats Alex Hare glove side, and the leading scorer for ISU gets it done. What a rocket by Brown. And ISU strikes first, 1-0 with 6:59 left in the second period.
Yeah, not a whole lot you can do on that one. Brown coming in. That's why he's their leading scorer. Brown on the year now has 19 goals. So 19 goals in 26 games. And he just went top shelf, glove side on Hare, and beat him. And so we've got 33 minutes essentially into the game before we had the first goal scored. And it's 1-0 in favor of the Redbirds.
Yeah, that was just a great shot by Brown to go glove side really high. It's one of the best wrist shots I've seen all year.
Yeah, I just tucked it right underneath the crossbar there. And again, not much you can do if you're Alex Hare.
As it looks like Rosinski, Wheeler, and Contillo are going to be out. With McSweeney in line, Wittenberg at the faceoff dot. Rosinski wins the puck and comes into the zone with the shot blocked there by 41, Vandenberg. As Rosinski on the near side. Sweet hands by Rosinski. Tries to set something up in front. Nothing doing as Vandenberg battles with Rosinski, and Rosinski keeps it. And here's Wheeler behind the net. Battling it for there with a Redbird. Wheeler wins the puck. but taken away again by Vandenberg. There's a couple guys I've said their name quite a lot this period. As Cantillo tries to take a swipe, but here comes Ryan Dunn into the zone. Backhand trying to go on Alex Hare, just throws it wide.
It's a good stick by Billy Line to knock that puck away.
As 26, Luvano gives it over with the shot, and Alex Hare gets hit again, and he's getting beat up in this period. And a whistle and an interference
is going to be against McSweeney of NIU.
It's the third interference call, I believe, of the game.
That's correct, Marcus.
For NIU, and here's where the Redbirds are dangerous. 35 power play goals in just 27 games.
Well, this is a huge penalty kill for Northern Illinois, Marcus, because you're only down by 1. Nothing too bad. You got to score 1 to win the game anyway. So no big deal there. But you let Illinois State get up 2-0 with Zarnik in goal, who's only given up 2 goals a game, and now all of a sudden it's a lot more difficult.
And a shot and a save there by Anderson, set up nicely by Reimel. And the key here is to get the face-off win and get that initial possession of the puck to get it down.
Yeah, I was just going to say that again, Marcus. The face-off is going to be key as Nick Remley's going to go take it. Get that face-off and clear it.
And Brian Pickett, whiffs on another one, but I think it was a better stick there by 13 Brown. The leading scorer just scored the go-ahead goal. Here's Pickett trying to rink it around, but kept in here by Leach on the Husky logo. Leach over to his defensive partner. That's 26, Luvano. Luvano gets it in deep, back to Luvano. Luvano trying to skate over the Chelios logo, looking there for Anderson. Anderson shoots and a deflection out in front. Doesn't get through to Alex Hare. And the puck is sent all the way down, trying to spring Remley, I believe was Troy Hickey, but nonetheless, puck gets out of the zone and the Redbirds have to regroup.
Lots of pressure in those first 45 seconds on this power play for the Redbirds. A couple of good scoring opportunities. The passes were on the tapes of sticks. It could be 2-0 easily. As it's been, they've been just out of the range of some of their guys, so nothing hurt yet. Good stick there.
Good stick there by Hickey on Leach, trying to get it out. No interference called. Goldsmith looking for the call, not going to get it. Anderson skates back in the middle of the ice as Eric Brown gives it up to number 78, Reimel. Reimel gives it back to Anderson. Anderson looking for Leach at the point, and the puck goes out. And the Redbirds have to regroup as Remley bothers Leach there on the near side center ice.
Huskies need to clear it in their own zone.
Here comes Greenberg with the breakaway, shoots, scores! Yes! Mark Greenberg with the takeaway goes top shelf. We're tied at 1.
And a shorty for the Huskies as Greenberg goes top shelf. A turnover at neutral ice. Actually, I would call that a takeaway by Greenberg as he put that shot, went top shelf against Zarnik.
Monkey see, monkey do.
I like it. And we are tied at 1 with 4:33 to go. What a great goal by Greenberg. Shorthanded the Huskies. 5th shorthanded goal of the year.
And what do we say, Scott? The big boys need to come out and play. And Greenberg gets it done there. We're tied. We're back to square one with 4:33 left in the period. The Redbirds still have 26 seconds of power play time here as McSweeney is serving an interference call.
That is Mark Greenberg's 17th goal on the year, his 3rd shorthanded goal of the season.
As Dunn gets tripped up by Hansen but keeps the puck. Over is Galvan. Galvan with the shot pad save there by Alex Hare. Oh, ran over. Was McSweeney, but Boris keeps it out. And it's going to be offsides. But number 16, Wicha, keeps it alive for the Redbirds. Penalty over McSweeney out of the box, full strength. 5-on-5 hockey with 4 minutes left to go. Big hit by Billy Line.
Nice hip check there by Line.
And he takes away the puck.
Absolutely. That's, boy.
Killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
That's how you draw it up right there.
As Urbanik into the zone for number 25. That's Kernbauer. Kernbauer is stopped by Hare. Here comes Joe Boris with Hansen. Boris for Hansen. Tries to give it back to Boris. Good job by Luvano. But Hansen takes it back with a shot. Good save by Zarnik. Here's Boris pressure, but keeps it deep. And a slash being called on Mike Hansen, so the Redbirds go right back on the power play as Hansen doesn't like that call.
Hansen going to go to the power play, and after the call, Loivano of the Redbirds, John Loivano, got in the face of Nick Leon and actually grabbed the blade of his stick and wouldn't let him go away until the official had to come over and shove him away. So Loivano has got his emotions going up here. We'll see if that's a positive or negative, but the Huskies go right back shorthanded here.
As Anderson for the Redbirds in the circle to take the face-off. Justin Rosinski for the Huskies. 4 minutes left, 3:30 left in the period. 1-1 on Mark Greenberg's game-tying goal. Here come the Redbirds, point blank. Good sticks there by the defense by Hickey. And it's cleared all the way down by Brett Wheeler. Luvano back to set it up from Zarnik.
Yeah, that puck was in the slot. Good goal-scoring area there for ISU. And the defensemen were up to the task again. McSweeney and Hickey both got a stick on it and knocked it away.
As Anderson falls at the blue line but kept in as McSweeney tried clearing it, but he whiffed again. That's about a dozen whiffs that NIU's had in the first 2 periods. As Redbirds set it up in front of the net, and the puck goes out. Good deflection out in front by Hickey or Wheeler, I believe, as Luvano gives it over to his line mate, Eric Brown. Brown got the goal for the Redbirds to make it a 1-0 game. Good stick there by Alex Hare. Tried to poke check it away, just bounced over as Brown sets it up. Here's Leach at the far near side point. Back over for Reimel. As Reimel gives it up to Luvano, Luvano gives it deep to the alternate cap in there, Swiderski. Swiderski back for Dunn. Dunn with the shot and a glove save. No traffic there. Good save by Alex Hare. The key to that is you need to get traffic if you want to beat Alex Hare.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Marcus. You say no traffic in front. Hare saw that one all the way, saw it right into the glove. And Hare's like a shortstop out there with that glove. Again, if he can see it, he's going to stop it most of the time. So this last 41 seconds of the power play for NIU is a big kill here. If they can kill off these last 41 seconds, they keep the momentum.
As Billy Line with the slapper around, but not out, kept in by the Redbirds. Here's Galvan. Galvan all the way over for Dunn. Dunn drops it off to number 18. Big shot and a deflection out in front. Hare stops it. Good deflection out in front there by number 10, Urbanik. As here's Urbanik again. And it's cleared by Brian Pickett. 13 seconds left in the power play. 1:40 left in the second period. 1-1.
Good play by Mark Greenberg. That's his at least second block today. So good job by Greeny. He's scoring, he's blocking, he's doing it all today.
As Galvan gives it to Dunn, back to Galvan. Galvan cross ice for Ambersat. Ambersat into the zone. Drop pass here for Weicho. Weicho with the shot, and it goes just wide. Here comes Mike Hansen. Mike Hansen for Greenberg. Greenberg one-on-one. Good stick there.
Luca with a nice stick.
Yep.
Penalty is over, but now we have a delayed penalty.
Not sure what the penalty is. It might be a too many men on the ice as Greenberg was flying to get off. Billy Line.
Official having a conversation with David Goldsmith, who walks over and slams the glass behind the Husky bench. So it looks like the Huskies are going to go right back shorthanded here. Back-to-back-to-back penalties on NIU. Now they're having a discussion about it.
As Billy Line was hustling really hard to get to the bench. That's the only explanation I can get is Leon comes out on the ice. Now he goes back up on the bench. And I believe Wheeler's going to come to the bench to serve the penalty. Let's see what the call is. I believe it's going to be too many men on the ice.
It's going to be Serpico.
So they go right back on the power play. The Huskies, I believe, have had 5 penalties so far.
Yeah, this is their 5th. They've killed all of them off.
And ISU's only had 1.
That's correct. Coach Goldsmith obviously not happy with that call as he slammed the glass behind the Husky bench.
As the Redbirds win the faceoff, here's Luvano. Luvano back over to Brown. Brown dumps it off. Back to Luvano at the point. Look for the slapper. It isn't there. It didn't get the lane. Back over is Anderson for Brown. Brown shot off the goalpost.
That actually hit the crossbar behind Alex Hare, Marcus. Rattled the iron. Boy, it was just about 2-1.
Luvano for Leach. Leach dumps it over here for number 18, Ambersat. Ambersat with the shot. Saw that one all the way. Nice deflection into the corner by Alex Hare to not give up a rebound. 30 seconds left in the game, or in the second period, 1:20 left on the power play. Here's Luvano. Luvano with another shot and a good save. Rebound. Another save by Alex Hare. Swats it to the corner. 19 seconds. 1:11 left on the power play.
It was either McSweeney or Hare slid that one to the corner when it was wide open in front.
And a stuff attempt. And a penalty coming up on ISU. It should be goaltender interference as Alex Hare was knocked down.
So we're going to have 4-on-4 hockey. And Marcus, I'll go ahead and say it for you. That means we're going to have forwards on the Ds and Ds on the forwards.
I like it. See, we're learning stuff from each other. As Alex Hare, he was bowled over. That's going to be number 18, Ambersat, with the goaltender interference.
And that's a really big call, Marcus, because Josh Ambersat, as I mentioned, has 9 power play goals. So to get him off and get yourself now, we got 1:01 left on the Husky penalty. So we're going to have 1 minute and 1 second of 4-on-4, and then 59 seconds of power play. Now we only have 8.5 left in the period, but that's a big deal to get off that shorthanded situation. Now you're at even strength, and you're going to have a power play. Get rid of these 8.5, go into the locker room, and come out with a force and try to get this win.
As Brzezinski's in there with Greenberg, Hickey, and Remley. Remley's going to take the face-off there with Brown. 8.5 left. Brown wins the face-off. Puck wrapped around from Ambersat, by a Husky or by a Redbird player. That's going to end the second period, but we end the period like we started the period. Tied, but this time it's 1-1.
Yeah, absolutely. And an interesting thing here, Marcus, is that this has been a relatively clean game. I know the Huskies took 3 penalties, 2 of them back-to-back by Hansen and Serpico, but not a whole lot of whistles. And you wonder if we talked about it earlier, the bus legs. We talked about it last weekend at Mizzou. We talked about it when we went to Michigan. The bus legs. You wonder when that's going to kick in. If that's going to kick in, it might be third period. And the fact that Illinois State has had relatively few breaks as far as breaks in the action, it really is interesting. It would be really interesting to me. And Josh Ambersat is furious as he goes off the ice, still chirping at an official. He's got to get a hold of his emotions, and if you're an ISU coach, you want to talk that young man down right now.
Yeah, they're still talking to the referees. I think they're trying to say that maybe one of the NIU guys pushed the Redbird player into Alex Hare to cause that penalty, but as it stands, they're going to have about 59 seconds of power play after this 4-on-4.
Yeah, so Marcus, just I know it was a little bit different of experience for you from doing the play-by-play versus the color, but talk to me about what you saw out of that period and where you think we are after 40 minutes of play.
Well, discipline wasn't as good as the first period for the Huskies, taking 3 penalties. That needs to definitely shore up, but getting the shorty from Greenberg really helped. The pace of play was a lot better. Not as many turnovers, but the one thing that you and I both have noticed, all the whiffs.
Yeah. Can you come up with any reason for that? I mean, I speculate that maybe there's something with the ice surface.
I'm not sure, and it seems like you said it's always in this near side corner to our left that the whiffs are happening, but just maybe getting a little over anxious, trying to get it out before you have the puck.
Yeah, I think that that might be something. I hope it's not something with the ice surface, because the ice here normally is really immaculate. Yeah. So I would be shocked if that were something. We'll see if we have any more of those whiffs here in the third period. But we're going to go ahead and take our first break of this intermission. 10 minutes are on the clock. We'll get that underway in just a minute after they clean up the Chuckapucks. And so we are just about going to get this, this intermission going. And we're tied at 1. We'll be right back. More after this. You're listening to the NIU Huskies Hockey Radio Network at the second intermission. We're tied at 1.
Looking for a place to get all your AHL news? Then tune in Wednesdays from 4 to 6 and listen to the Chicago Hockey Connection on SportsTownChicago.com. We will talk about the Chicago Wolves and the Rockford IceHogs. Analyze every goal, save, and win for both teams, including exclusive interviews of coaches and players and much, much more. Again, CHC airs Wednesdays from 4 to 6 on SportsTownChicago.com. And be sure to like us on Facebook at Facebook.com/Chicago Hockey Connection to get all your hockey updates.
Looking for a place to watch the big game? Look no further than Chelios' Pub and Grill. Located conveniently in the Fox Valley Ice Arena, Chelios' Pub and Grill has everything you need for a great eating and drinking experience. Chelios' has an extensive menu featuring favorites like burgers, wings, and beer, as well as original items to keep you coming back over and over. Make sure to bring in your NIU hockey game ticket for 10% off your order. And NIU students, just show your student ID for specials and discounts. Whether you want to watch football, basketball, baseball, or hockey, or you just want to grab a drink after work, Chelios' Pub and Grill is the best place to be. Located inside the Fox Valley Ice Arena at 1996 Kirk Road in Geneva, Chelios' Pub and Grill is the place where true sports fans meet. Always scoring our goals on the NIU Huskies Hockey Radio Network. We are back at the Fox Valley Ice Arena. Scott Swartz and Marcus Grosnick are here with you as we sit tied at 1 here in the second intermission. I believe the unofficial NIU Ice Girls have just cleaned up the Chuckapucks, and the Zamboni's on its way out, and so we're going to get the clock started on this intermission. And 10 minutes from now, we will have third period action for you. Let's recap the scoring from the second period. It was quiet until 6:59 to go in the second period when Eric Brown of ISU beat Alex Hare, top shelf glove side, and it was 1-0. And then the Huskies took a penalty, and we were talking about, Marcus, that it was a big penalty kill for the Huskies. They were going to have to kill it. They couldn't fall behind 2-0. Little did we know that Mark Greenberg, at his own blue line, would take the puck away, skate down the ice, beat everybody down, and then beat goalie Scott Zarnik. And all of a sudden we were tied, and the Huskies had a little momentum. So that's all the scoring we've had. I have to admit, Marcus, I'm a little jealous. You got to call all the fun stuff in that.
Hopefully more this period.
Hey, I'm hoping, as long as it's the Huskies putting it in, I hope there's 12 more in this period. So actually, that's not true. That would be midnight by the time we get out of here. So I'll take 3 or 4. That'd be good enough for me. But, I got to say that I've been impressed with both of these teams. You can see why these are the top 2 teams in the MACA Conference. And you also can see they're very evenly matched.
Yeah, they really are. And you saw it with the power play with ISU. That's the one thing I noticed. Once they got things set up, they were getting shots to the net. And that's one thing they didn't do good in the first period with a few power play opportunities where they weren't getting anything set up, and when they did, the Huskies were able to frustrate that. Again, like you said, very evenly matched. The goaltenders both looking sharp, both getting beat glove side high. Like I said, monkey see, monkey do by Brown and Greenberg, but a better pace period, I thought. And look for the Huskies once they get on that power play and even on this 4-on-4 to get some momentum back on their side.
Yeah, the only thing that scares you about the 4-on-4 a little bit is that you know that Illinois State is skilled, you know that they're fast, and usually the more skilled, faster team thrives with more of the ice opened up. So, you've got 52 seconds of that 4-on-4 before the Huskies are going to have basically another minute of power play. And so you're really hoping that you want to score on that 4-on-4, but you certainly don't want to give anything up on that 4-on-4. You want to get to that power play at least tied.
Yeah, and with the more ice surface now with 4-on-4, ISU becomes more of a dangerous team because they can spread things out with their speed. And Northern's got to do a good job of not allowing that to happen and coming back the other way with their speed, which they have with Rosinski and Leon and Contillo, which we've seen on the power play very often in this second period.
One of the other things that you mentioned briefly is the goaltending. I'm a big baseball fan, as I know you are, Marcus. In baseball, we always talk about that it starts with your starting pitcher.
Yep.
And I feel like a similar analogy can be made by saying that in hockey it all starts with your goalie. And if you're head coach Chuck Ronaldo of NIU or Brian Corley for ISU, you've got to be happy with the way your goalies have played. Each guy gave up a goal in tight, and each gave up a goal that was high. You're just not going to block those. You're just not going to save those. Each goalie has played well and faced at times difficult shots. Not a tremendous amount of difficult shots. Not a tremendous amount of shots for either. but both guys have made the easy saves. They've made most of the tough saves. And for both teams, it's really starting with the goalie Alex here for NIU and Scott Zarnik for ISU.
Yeah, the analogy always is and always will be goaltending wins championships.
Yes.
And when you play hockey, you're always taught to go high. If you can get the roost shots like Brown and Greenberg did, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
It's just a well-placed shot. So every other save that they made, Hare looked very sharp, directing pucks into the corner, Zarnik as well, not giving up many second chance opportunities, but when he did, he was able to make that save and not allow anything else.
Yeah, so we're going to be about, 7 minutes, before the start of the third period. So we're going to take our second break of the intermission. When we come back, Marcus is going to take us through his 3 keys one last time, and then we'll have the puck drop for a third period, and hopefully that'll lead to an NIU victory. We're tied at 1 in the second intermission. We'll be back with more after this. You're listening to NIU Hockey on the NIU Huskies Hockey Radio Network.
Are you an NIU hockey fan?
That's a clown question, bro.
If so, you should be listening to the NIU Hockey Podcast. Hosted by the voice of Huskies Hockey, Scott Swartz, the NIU Hockey Podcast gives you the latest news about your NIU D2 Huskies. Featuring interviews with head coach Chuck Ronaldo.
I'm kind of a big deal. People know me.
Assistant coach David Goldsmith.
He's a nice boy.
As well as Huskies players. The NIU Hockey Podcast is your source for NIU D2 hockey information. Just log on to facebook.com/NIU Hockey Podcast for updates on when new podcasts are posted. So if you want the inside knowledge on NIU D2 hockey...
I am so smart. I am so smart. S-M-R-T. I mean S-M-A-R-T.
The NIU Hockey Podcast is just for you. Remember, go to facebook.com/NIU Hockey Podcast for more information.
Arrie, mateys. Welcome to the ocean. I've sailed the 7 seas 100 times and found something I like even more than me treasure. 'Tis the ocean, beautiful and clear. Right now I be sailing over the Great Barrier Reef. It just shivers me timbers thinking of all the fish and coral below me. Wait, what's that floating by? A plastic bag! By Blackbeard's eye patch, that's disgusting. Why did you know that many of these things come from folks throwing them carelessly on the ground? It be true. Lend us a hand by always recycling and disposing of your trash properly. Boys, get the plank ready. Somebody's got to dive in and get that bag. Any volunteers? All right, fine. I'll do it myself. Cannonball! Find out what you can do to help keep the oceans healthy at keepoceansclean.org. Brought to you by the Keep Oceans Clean Alliance and the Ad Council.
Now let's get back to the action on the NIU Huskies Hockey Radio Network. And we are back at the Fox Valley Ice Arena. We're in the second intermission and tied at 1 between the Illinois State Redbirds and the Northern Illinois University Huskies. And before we left, I promised you that we would hear from Marcus Grosnick and his 3 keys to victory for the Huskies. Marcus, how'd you feel like the Huskies did on your 3 keys in the second period?
They did just as well as they did in that first period.
Why don't you take us through it and tell us what you got?
All right, key number 1 was defense needs to play well. Again, 5 players with 30-plus points, and you saw that 1 goal by Brown. Their leading scorer with 46 points, now 47 points, 19 goals, and 28 assists on the season. But defense was better, not a lot of giveaways in their own zone. They played the puck a lot better, got sticks into the shooting lane, so they did a good job that period.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and not as many giveaways in their own zone, so they were a lot smarter with the puck, a lot safer with the puck, so that's a good thing. How about your other key?
All right, key number 2, PK needs to be stellar, and they were. Killed off all the power plays that ISU had. I think they had 3 or 4 in that period.
They had 3, and then, of course, the third one, a minute into it, they took a penalty of their own. So,
yeah, PK's played really well. 0 for 5 on the power play so far are the Redbirds.
The impressive part to me, if I can interrupt you just for a second, the impressive part to me about their power play is that they're not being cute with the puck when they get it. sometimes we've seen them try to be too cute, try to, stick handle here and try to start offense. For the most part, they're just trying to get it on their stick and fire it out and clear it. And I think against an offensive juggernaut at times like ISU, that's the way you've got to play it.
Yeah, and I think that's sometimes what NIU does too much. They try to stick handle too much, especially with guys like Leon and Rosinski, who have the skill to do it, but I think there's a time and place for that.
Yeah, shorthanded, maybe not so much the time. And your third key.
Third key, get pucks deep, and they did. They really didn't dance around that blue line when they had the opportunity. They got the puck deep and set things up from there.
Marcus, let's talk about what we're going to see here in the third period as we're 2 minutes away from the drop of the puck on period number 3. Do you anticipate seeing a little more of this hesitant style out of both teams? Do you think somebody's going to start taking chances, or do you think both teams are going to be certainly Illinois State's going to be okay with getting to overtime and getting a point, because that just enables them. They cannot lose first place if they get to overtime. Do you anticipate seeing that, or do you anticipate maybe them starting to get more frustrated that they've only put one up on the boards?
I don't think they're frustrated that they got one on the board. I think, to your point, that they're happy to just get the 1 point. I think it would be NIU to press a little bit more to get those 2 points and get tied for first and not the other way around.
It'll be interesting to see how that third period comes out, and you made mention of it earlier, but NIU's going to have a little more energy. I felt like the second period was better than the first, but we have not seen the energy. Like, I feel like tonight, if they were playing as well as they played that second game against Missouri State, they'd be up 2 or 3 goals tonight. And for some reason, they just are not able to flip that switch on. Hopefully they can here in the third period, because we got 20 minutes, and you're 20 minutes away from being tied for first in the MACA and having the tiebreaker over the team. And so if you can't get up for a period, this third period, check your pulse.
I was surprised when they didn't get up for that first period.
Me too.
As the team's coming out on the ice. So, yeah, I think if anything, NIU is going to be the team to press just a little bit harder to get those 2 points more than ISU to just get the 1.
And hopefully that means, even if they're pressing and trying to create some energy, they still have to be smart. They still have to be disciplined.
Yep.
Again, we've mentioned it a couple of times. 35 power play goals for the Redbirds. You cannot give up shorthanded opportunities to the other team. You just can't do it. They've been okay about it. They did take 5 penalties. And so just to reset, we're tied at 1. We're about ready to start period number 3. We have 52 seconds of 4-on-4 time and then about a minute more of power play for the Huskies. So, Marcus, I want to tell you, I thought you did a very nice job on the play-by-play second period. So you got 1 under your belt. It's all downhill from here, I'll tell you that.
Oh, of course it is.
And I'll let you decide what downhill means.
Yeah.
So,
Can't wait to see what tomorrow brings.
Yeah, Marcus is going to do the play-by-play tomorrow, second period as well. So that's exciting, and we're happy to see that. So we are just about ready for the third period. Again, we're 4-on-4. So let's give you the 4 players for each teams. It's going to be Remley and Rosinski, Pickett and Hickey for NIU in front of Hare, Anderson, Weecha, Galvan, and it's going to be Urbaniak out there for the Redbirds in front of their goalie, Scott Zarnik. Anderson and Rosinski to the face-off circle, won by Rosinski. We are underway, 20 minutes away from the end of regulation here. Remley to Rosinski. Rosinski into the zone, stick handles, whiffs on that puck. Galvan did a nice job knocking him off the puck. Anderson takes it in the left wing corner, Redbird zone. And up the ice, Hickey intercepts that pass, goes rink wide to Rosinski. Rosinski tries to stick handle around Galvan, and he can't. 30 seconds on the 4-on-4. Remley with a nice pass to Justin Rosinski. Rosinski has it. Right wing corner, Redbird zone. Leaves it there, trying to get it to Remley, but it was taken away by Weecha. Weecha to Galvan, and now up to Anderson. Anderson, and a nice stick there by Hickey as the breakout. Urbaniak was trying to get it. Hickey put hard into the boards, but does not seem any worse for the wear. Serpico is up. He's ready to come out in 5 seconds. Left wing corner, Redbird zone, 4 battle. 2 Huskies and 2 Redbirds. Penalty over. Serpico out of the box. Huskies on the connection power play. MyCNXN.com for sports apparel and opportunities to connect with athletes in your area. MyCNXN.com.
Got to get that puck in deep on the power play. Here comes Boris up the far side, near side.
There it is, dumping it in deep just like you're looking for. Zarnik can't play it, so Greenberg will have it. Huskies looking to set it up. Greenberg behind the net. He gets it up to Boris, right wing half boards. Boris to Hickey at the high slot. Over onto Rosinski. Rosinski, a shot. Blockered save by Zarnik. Greenberg tried to get the rebound and couldn't. Held in right point by Hickey. Hickey walks over to the high slot. was going to fake a slap shot, gets it to Boris. Boris back to Hickey. Hickey holds it in there. Left wing, circle. That's Rosinski. Rosinski left wing half board. Stick handles, turns, and up the boards behind the net to Hansen. Hansen over here, right wing corner to Boris. Boris to the circle, back to Hansen. Hansen comes to the net, tries the jam-in shot there, and it goes way out to Hickey, now to Rosinski. Power play is over, and a breakout here was Ambersett, and a nice job by Hickey to get in the way of that. Ambersett was behind the defense, and if that puck hits him, he's in on a breakaway, and a nice job by Hickey to get in the way of that pass.
Yeah, Hickey using his height to just jump right in front of that puck and break out the breakaway opportunity.
That one got to Heron. He was out playing it. Up the boards. Boris couldn't clear it. Kernbauer with it. Gives it to Leach. Back to Kernbauer. Left wing circle. Down deep. A centering pass in front. On it. Couldn't get to the stick of Carboni at a wide open net. Huskies dodge a bullet. His hair came out and lost his stick for a moment. Now picks it up. This one goes off the boards and out down into the Redbird zone. Huskies going to change it up. Leach back to take it from his goalie Zarnik. Here comes Leach. Leach up the ice. Gives it to Carbone. He dumps it in for Hare. Hare behind his net, slows it down. Up the boards to Buds. And it goes up and out of the zone. Maher tried to play it up. Buds tried to get it off of his glove. Tried to get down and play it. He couldn't. The Redbird's going to change it up. Ryan McSweeney up to Brendan Maher. Maher's, his pass attempt hit Wittenberg. It goes down deep Redbird zone. Buds back to try to play it. Here's Serpico, left wing half boards, Redbird zone. Has it taken away there by Swiderski. Swiderski to Vandenberg, up the boards. Maher going to intercept that and hit it down to the corner behind the net now, Redbird zone. Just out of the reach of Serpico. Swiderski's going to clear it out. Here comes Swiderski down, and he puts the shot wide of Hare's net. Hare out to play it, rinks it around. Here near side, Maher up the boards and leaves it for Serpico. Serpico crosses center ice, carries it in, puts that shot high into the protective netting. We get a whistle stopping play at 16:21 to go in the third period. And we have a 1-1 tie.
Yeah, on that to go back to that power play opportunity for the Huskies, even though nothing went in, they were passing the puck really good around the perimeter, using their bodies to shield the puck and getting shots on net. And if you keep doing that, eventually something's going to go in on Zarnik.
And the thing that was good about it, Marcus, and you talked about it, is that they had good puck movement. They moved it left to right, north and south, as now here in is Urbaniak. And he gets a breakaway there and a pass and a redirect and a nice play as Alan Urbaniak scores. He had the pass from Connor Anderson. The puck was loose in front, and Anderson got it to Urbaniak, and it's a 2-1 Redbird lead.
Yeah, Anderson with the initial shot. Hare stopped it, but the puck dribbled just free as Urbaniak was able to stuff it home. And the Redbirds regain the lead 2-1 with 16:08 left in the third period.
Well, the Huskies had to come back in the second. They're going to have to come back in the third. A nice play. They got Hare going one way, passed the puck to the other to his left, and he couldn't get back to it. And, boy, an easy goal there for Urbaniak. Now the Redbirds control off the faceoff. Probably going to see the Redbirds defensively go into a little bit of a shell here now as they've got that one-goal lead. They would be thrilled to get out of here this weekend with a split. Of course, they want the sweep. They'd be happy with a split. Urbaniak had that puck, tried to get another shot on net, but couldn't. Rinked around. Huskies having a little bit of trouble clearing the zone. Now they do. But right to the Redbirds. And this is Remley. Remley, and he's got Pickett on his left. Remley, the face-off circle, shoots! And a little pad save there. Nicely done. As Zarnik took away the 5-hole. Back up the ice to Bach, trying to catch him in the middle of a change, but the Huskies at the end of their shift. So Bach just puts it down left wing corner into the Redbird zone, and the Huskies change it up. Redbirds let all the action of the benches complete before they take it up. This is Galvan. John Galvan still holding as no Husky came back to put any pressure on the forecheck. He's more than happy to let some time run off the clock. Here's Kernbauer, tries to pass to Brown. Brown, the leading scorer for the Redbirds, in, puts a shot on net, saved by Hare, and taken back by Mike Hansen. Hansen loses it, but leaves it for Boris. Boris takes a hit from Reimel. Now Hansen, a touch pass to Leon. Leon leaves it for Boris in the slot. Joe Boris, a shot and a save by Zarnik. A little bit of traffic in front there. Now a little pushing and shoving afterwards. Zarnik didn't see that one all the way, but he saw enough of it to just let it come into the body. He held on 14:46 to go, third period, 2-1, Redbirds.
Yeah, Leon, good job driving hard to the net. Saw that Boris was the trailer man. Dump pass to Boris, and Boris with the wrist shot, and Zarnik saw it all the way. But again, you have to drive the net. Don't shoot anything from the perimeter. Drive the net, look for the opportunity, and as well look for that trailer man.
Absolutely, as we are going to go back to live action. Rzyński to the faceoff circle with Carbone. Rzyński wins the faceoff and puts a shot on net high over Zarnik. And Rzyński back behind the net, holds on, turns. He's going to try to throw in front. Tries to elevate that as he got in there. Tries to elevate. Zarnik was able to be right in front of it. Good idea there by Rzyński. Boy, Rzyński looks to score all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's got one of the best hands I've seen on the team.
Yeah, absolutely. At this level, he's got some great hands and a nice offensive audition for the Huskies. And he plays well defensively, too, in the other end.
He's like a Marion Hossa.
Absolutely. Can handle the puck, can score, can play defense. Pickett holds that in, fires it far side, left wing corner for Brett Wheeler. Wheeler turns and leaves it for Rzyński. Up around behind the net. Contillo going to try to take it away. And he's over there battling with Ambrosat. And the Redbirds can't clear it. It gets to Rzyński, back to Contillo. Contillo, a shot in the breadbasket. Rebound loose in front. Wheeler couldn't get a shot off. Wheeler had it. Zarnik thought he had that in his body and was going to try to freeze it. He didn't move. The puck was free in front. And Wheeler couldn't get a shot as it's held in there by Pickett. Pickett tried to stick handle there and lost it. And Swiderski out with it.
Again, that's about the sixth time that NIU player went for the shot and just completely whiffed. I don't know how to explain that.
No, I don't think there is an explanation. It's just one of those things. Stay around hockey long enough, you'll see everything.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before, but
we've seen a lot of firsts this year.
We absolutely have, no question about it. As that pops up at center ice, Greenberg gets it into the zone, but swatted out of there by Leach. Bach sends it back down, but can't get it deep. Leach with it. Passes it over to his partner there, Ambrosat. I'm sorry, that's Weecha. There's a turnover in front. Remley a shot, and Leach got a stick on it to redirect it wide. Bad turnover by the Redbirds there. Remley couldn't convert. 13-19 to go third period. 2-1 Redbirds.
Yeah, again, the Huskies using the sticks to pop that one up in the air. Remley gets the opportunity, and Zarnik's been tested a lot this period, and he's been up to the task with this first line out as well again.
Remley the faceoff circle. He loses the faceoff to Reimel. Reimel up the ice. Gets it out in front. Here's Kernbauer. Beats everybody. He's in all alone. Shoot, scores. Carter Kernbauer puts it in. He got behind the defense. And just like that, it's 3-1 ISU.
That's the first time you've seen the defense getting beat. I mean, Kernbauer just flies through the defensive pair. I'm not quite sure who that was. I think it was Hickey and Pickett. Just flies right by him. Good pass by Reimel to set him up. And the 2-goal lead now for ISU, 3-1.
Yeah, and Reimel gets in there and gets a good pass. Reimel on the year, that's his 24th assist. For Kernbauer, his 20th goal. So these guys can score, and they can do it quickly, as now you've seen 2 goals scored in the last 3 minutes.
And another one almost there.
Yep, NIU's got to go to work. Hansen can't get the puck as he was heading up the ice, and he was looking at the goal before he had the puck on his stick. A shot by Anderson wide. Vandenberg evades the check, leaves it for Anderson. Anderson tries to center. He does. Gatto puts a shot now. There's Urbaniak in close. 2 whacks at the puck. And oh my gosh, a good stick there by Pickett. Huskies have got to clear it. Finally they do. But about 3 or 4 prime point blank chances against Alex Hare right there as Hickey turns and fires it up to Boris. Boris carries it into the zone. Boris in all alone, goes hard to the net and is taken down. A penalty. Delayed penalty now as Hare comes off the ice. So Wheeler gets it to Boris. Huskies with the extra attacker. Boris puts a shot on net. Huskies going to control. Delayed penalty coming up against the Redbirds as Leon tries to freeze that puck on the boards. Now the Redbirds can touch, and the Huskies are going to get a connection power play. And I believe
hooking is the call.
A hooking penalty, and it's going to be against 41 Vandenberg.
So you got a shorthanded goal from Greenberg. Look for a power play goal here as Greenberg's on the ice with Rzyński and Boris with Hickey and Remley. So you got 4 forwards and a defenseman out there for the Huskies on this power play.
Connection Power Play, mycnxn.com is where you want to go for sports apparel and opportunities to connect with athletes in your area. And
Another
off the
power
face-off,
play.
we're going to get a penalty. The Huskies are going to get a minute 57 of 5-on-3.
Talk
As it's
about
Eric
momentum.
Brown.
This is a momentum right here.
Absolutely, as he's guilty, I believe, of a tripping penalty.
Interference.
Excuse me. So the first penalty was called at 12:06. This one called at 12:03. So you have got a minute 57 of 5-on-3. And ladies and gentlemen, if the Huskies don't score here,
yeah,
we could be in for a long last 10 minutes. Rosinski, Hickey, back to Rosinski, to Leon. Leon, a shot. Oh, it hits a crossbar! And it goes up, out of play. Leon looking up at the ceiling as if to say, what do I have to do? A great shot went top shelf, and it hit the crossbar.
And the face-off is going to stay in the zone. So you get an offensive zone draw. But, yeah, he had Zarnik down.
Yep.
Good idea by Leon to go high. Just rattled it right off the crossbar.
Good puck movement in that one. That's 5-on-3 is even more important to move the puck. You want to go that lateral movement, that vertical movement. Get those defensive players for ISU moving, opening up those passing and shooting lanes.
And if you can't get the clean shot, just pass it around.
Yep, there's always somebody open. Rosinski at the left point. Holding, gets it to Bach. Bach to the left circle, back to Rosinski, high slot. Down here to Hickey, a shot, and he scores! He scores the shot! And the Huskies score on a 5-on-3. It's 3-2.
That was a quick play. I thought Sarnak had the puck covered.
Yeah,
That's
but the official down here in the right wing corner was pointing all the way, and I believe that was Leon with the goal, if I'm not mistaken. Nick Leon scores again. 11:36 to go. NIU is crawling back in, and they still now will remain on the power play as Vandenberg comes out, but Brown stays in. You've still got a minute 30 of power play time. So another 5-on-4. Let's convert it again.
Yeah, Leon not going to get denied twice. Again, good puck movement laterally, north to south, east to west, and they found that open man on Leon, and they get the goal 3-2.
Power play goal for Nick Leon. It's 3-2. Huskies looking to come back here. And this is why, for either of these teams, you did not want to go shorthanded and put the other team on the power play. Nick Leon scored once. We've got a minute 20 of connection power play time. Troy Hickey to Justin Rosinski, back to Hickey. Walks into the zone, does Hickey. Hickey turns, right wing half boards. Redbird zone. High slot for Rosinski. Gives it back to Boris, to Hansen. Hansen, a shot, and a pad save down low was Zarnik. That puck got past his initial pads and underneath the pads. But if he's down a split second later, we're tied. My goodness.
I don't think he thought he had that one covered up. He looked quick underneath those
pads. Yes, he did. Didn't see him look behind, though, so that's a good thing. Face-off win. Hansen gets it. Rosinski over to Hickey. Hickey's going to hold. Back to Boris. Right wing circle. Boris, a shot high over the net. Hickey's going to hold it in. 46 seconds on the power play. Troy Hickey off the boards. Redbirds can't clear it. Hickey puts it down into the corner, back behind the net. This is Hansen. Hansen to Boris, right wing boards. Boris, high slot, Rosinski. A redirect opportunity for Hansen in front. Hansen gets taken down in front of the goal, but no call. Back around. This is Greenberg now. Mark Greenberg, right wing half boards. To Rosinski, back to Greenberg. Greenberg at the right point. Now to Rosinski down low, and he just missed Boris. Greenberg holds it in as there are 16 seconds to go. Greenberg put hard into the boards, and it's taken away by Hansen down deep. Boris with it. Boris right wing corner, 9 seconds on the power play.
Got to get a shot.
Hansen behind, in front. There's Greenberg, can't get a shot up. Boris put a shot on net, and it's cleared up and down, and that will kill off the penalty. Both teams at full strength. We are just under 10 minutes to go. Huskies trail by 1, 3-2 here in the third.
Good power play by the Huskies. Even though they don't score, they got a lot of pressure, good puck movement, and here come the Redbirds.
Here's Reimel in all alone. He's got Hickey, pass across to Brown. Brown couldn't get a shot off. Hare out of the net, covers it up. A great sprawling save by Alex Hare. And we have 9:42 to go in the third. Boy, things starting to get a little crazy here at the Fox Valley Ice Arena, Marcus.
Yeah,
it's 3-2, and the Redbirds are in front.
Yeah, things are going crazy. I mean, you get a good opportunity at one end, and the Redbirds come down and get another 2-on-1 opportunity. And the thing I like about the Redbirds that they do is the puck isn't on the ice when the pass. It's a little floater pass right over Hansen.
That one is cleared out of the zone. Leach here on the near side in front of us. Fires it down Husky zone. Hare can't corral it, so it gets up to Reimel. Reimel plays it back to Brown. Reimel now with it. Right wing half boards. Husky zone puts a shot on Hare. Gets it into the breadbasket. Holds on. 9:23 to go in the third. 3-2. Redbirds over the Huskies.
Still got plenty of time. Don't want to force anything just yet. You get one goal. You can only get them back one at a time.
Yeah, it's not panic time yet. Still play your game. Play your game. Alex Hare, while we're talking about goalie numbers, Hare has a 91 save percentage, gives up 2.71 a game, so right about his average is right here. Huskies have got to get this back to even. They need at least a point. You obviously want the 2 points, but you want to get it tied. Now Contillo, he tried to kick that to his stick, but he kicked it too far, and Leach is going to go pick it up. But now Contillo takes it away, throws it to the center. Nobody home, unfortunately. Line keeps it in. Line holds for Rosinski to Contillo. Contillo centering pass. Rosinski was there, and Rosinski takes the goalie down. No penalty called on it though, as I believe Rosinski was actually shoved into the goalie from behind. No harm, no foul. 8:56 to go in the third. 3-2 Redbirds over the Huskies.
Yeah, Huskies did a good job of keeping the puck in the zone there. Rosinski came back in. I believe that was Contillo with the opportunity, and then Rosinski got it back and went hard into the net. And the puck drop comes out of the zone.
And Pickett off the face-off win for the Huskies, fires it down. Zarnik gets it to the corner. Remley turns and fires it towards the net. Nobody home there. Leach now right wing corner, Redbird zone, now behind his net. Up the boards to Gatto. Gatto almost loses it to Greenberg, but gets it to Anderson. Anderson has it out. Remley turns, fires it back in for Rob Bach. Bach, a nice hip check over there by Galvan on Rob Bach. And Leach behind his net. Bach pressuring him, forcing him to come out. Approaching the 8-minute mark in the third period. Here's Leach, stick handling well through some Huskies. Leach into the right wing corner behind the Husky zone. Knocked off the puck by Hickey. Now he freezes it behind the boards there, and this is out to Ambersad. Ambersad tried to pass, but a good stick there by Remley. Got in the way of that one. Hickey up the boards to Remley. Remley up farther to Bach. Bach loses it to Swiderski. Swiderski's shot actually hits Ambersad. Center ice, it's Greenberg. Greenberg in. Greenberg scored shorthanded once. Tried to pass it to himself. Zarnik out to play it. Up and gets it to Nick Leon, who fires it down into the opposite corner, right wing of the Redbird zone. Redbirds up and out. Swiderski. Swiderski's pass is intercepted by Hansen. Gets it to Leon. Leon tries to evade the check. Can't, but now Hansen. Hansen for a pass to Boris. And it was on his stick. Boris couldn't get a shot off. He had the pass on his stick, and then it jumped off. And a wide open side of the net. McSweeney up the ice, touched down by Hansen. Back behind the net. Zarnik out to play it up the boards to Ambersat. Line holds it in. And Vandenberg hits it out. McSweeney going to chase after it, pressured by Carbone. It goes back for icing. So it'll be an offensive zone draw for the Huskies as we have 7:06 to go in the third period. 3-2. Illinois State over NIU.
Yeah, good work on the far side boards there by Hansen and Leon to give Boris that opportunity. Puck went right to his stick and then kind of jumped up and over. He had Zarnik down and had that net wide open, just couldn't pull the trigger.
Rosinski to the faceoff circle against Wittenberg. It is won by Wittenberg of Illinois State, but Contillo takes it away. And it cannot be cleared. Here's Wheeler. Wheeler tried to get a shot, couldn't get it off, and Ambersat's going to carry it out. Ambersat is up, and McSweeney knocks him off the puck. Wheeler takes it. Wheeler gets cross rink off the boards to Rosinski. Rosinski sends it down into the Redbird zone. Wheeler's going to chase after it right wing corner. Flips it back. Nobody home there as he thought Rosinski was going to be there. Dunn up the boards. Can't keep it out. Contillo puts a shot on net. It's loose in front. Wheeler was crashing the net. And Zarnik jumps out, dives on that puck to freeze it. 6:33 to go in the third. 3-2 Redbirds.
Yeah, you can see pucks are getting to the net. Just nothing's going in right now. I mean, Cantillo's getting shots in it. Leon's crashing hard. Wheeler's crashing hard. Eventually, that's going to, fatigue the goalie a little bit with all those guys coming hard into the blue paint.
Absolutely, as it's Remley to the faceoff circle with. That was Reimel. Reimel's going to leave now for Brown. Eric Brown against Nick Remley. Puck is put down and won by Brown, but he actually wins it to Bach. Bach takes it. Remley tries to get it to the boards, but he can't. And the outlet pass to Kernbauer. Kernbauer up the ice. Pickett plays him there. Kernbauer turns up the boards, gives it to Brown. Brown hit into the boards by Bach. And now it's along the boards behind the net. Rob Bach with it up the ice. Bach to Hickey. Hickey. There's what you like to see, Marcus. You talk about it all the time, a defenseman getting involved in the offense. Hickey carrying that puck up. Couldn't get it into the zone, but he was in the right place at the right time. Pickett. Here's a shot by Greenberg. Oh, one-timer and a save by Zarnik. A beautiful pass from Pickett to Greenberg right on the tape of his stick in his wheelhouse. And a better save by Zarnik.
Yeah, Hickey gets it in deep, gives it to Pickett. Pickett in the wheelhouse for Greenberg, and give credit to Zarnik going post to post to make the big save.
Shots coming fast and furious on Scott Zarnik, and he's been up to the task. 5:56 to go in the third. 3-2. Huskies trail the Redbirds. Here's a shot in front by, that was Leon. Leon scored once already today. Now it's taken out all the way up the ice. And we are going to have an icing call against the Redbirds. So it'll be an offensive zone draw for the Huskies with 5:41 to go in the third. 3-2 Illinois State.
Getting all these offensive zone draws, you got to win the faceoff with Boris out there, your best faceoff man arguably on the team.
Yeah, I would absolutely say Boris or Ruzinski now.
Yeah.
Boris going to take it. He's out there with Leon and Hansen. He wins it to Leon. Leon turns in the slot, puts a shot on net, and it hit a man in front. And then it went up and out of play. Line was looking for a penalty on Gatto as he took Leon down. I think it was a clean play as that puck went out, and now it comes back in. 2 pucks are on the ice.
I don't think you can do that.
I'm going to guess that's probably not okay. I have not looked at the rules in a while, but I would guess one of the early rules in the game is that there can only be 1 puck in play on the ice at a time.
Got to blow the dust off that rule book?
I do. Yeah. I absolutely do, yeah. I actually have to get it first and then blow the dust off of it. So line up the boards to Leon. Leon carries it in, has it taken away by Urbaniak. Urbaniak up and fires it down. The Redbirds, some of the Redbirds going to change as Line has it behind his own net. Line up to Boris. Boris, touch pass to Hansen. Hansen now enters the zone, puts a shot, and it actually hits Luca right back to Hansen. Hansen behind, throws it in front. Nobody home. Leon wasn't quite there, but Leon takes it away now, and we're going to get a penalty on Mike Hansen of NIU. Hansen not happy with that call.
Wait to see what the call is on Hansen. He is absolutely furious.
So Hansen going into the box, a slashing penalty on Hansen with 4:57. So this is a big penalty kill right here. You cannot fall behind anymore. You've got 5 minutes left. You kill the penalty off. You're going to have 3 minutes yet, but you've got to kill the penalty off. Now if you're NIU, and again, we talked about it in the intermission, you can't be cute with it. You get the puck on your stick if you're a Husky. You fire it up to the end of the ice, clear it out.
And they've done a good job already killing off all the penalties.
Absolutely. Brown down deep to Anderson. Anderson, left wing corner. Husky zone, turns, looking, still looking. Gets it up to Livano. Livano back to Anderson. Anderson has it taken away by Remley. Remley to Pickett. Pickett in all alone. He's got Livano between him and the goal. He turns, and he's just going to hang on now as he gets it to Remley. Remley in. Huskies looking for offense, and Remley looked for a wrister, but I think he whiffed on that one as well, Marcus.
Yeah, he did.
How many times have we seen that? Now Reimel gets it to Brown. Brown. Good check there by Greenberg, and then Hickey delivers a check. And Reimel came in to deliver one to Hickey. Hickey's lucky he didn't get a penalty as he extended the arm on that. Got to be smart. Nothing too egregious. I like to see the officials letting him play. Anderson carries to the high slot to Brown, right wing circle. Left wing circle. Puts a shot and a save on the pads. Stacked the pads nicely, did Hare. Livano to Anderson. Anderson holds on there at the point. Turns now. Pressured by Remley. Remley with trying to get that stick. to knock that puck out. Anderson into the circle, has it taken away. Here's Levano, fires up a shot, blocked nicely by Pickett. Levano fires it back down in. Hickey behind the net, and we are going to get a penalty. And it's a holding penalty. And a holding penalty is going to be against, let's see. I didn't see who they're sending off.
I didn't either.
A holding penalty. Who's coming off the ice? Or is it a hold on Alex Hare? Because the Huskies are going to go down 5-on-3. It must have been a hold on Hare. So who's going to serve the penalty? Yeah, it is on Hare.
Yep.
So somebody has to go to the penalty box here,
Jacobson.
guys. There we go. So Hare with the hold. And now, Marcus, we enter real dangerous time if you're the Huskies. 34 seconds of 5-on-3, followed by then a minute and 26 seconds of power play time.
This is basically going to end the third period.
And you've got 3:30 to go. Now we're going to get another penalty. And an unsportsmanlike.
On Alex Hare.
Now it's on Boris.
Oh, jeez.
Boris coming off the ice. Slamming the glass.
So it's still a 5-on-3.
So a 5-on-3 still, but Boris in the penalty box with an unsportsmanlike. So the Huskies have lost their discipline a little bit here.
As the Boo Birds come out.
Fans don't like it. So at 3:27, just right off the face-off,
yeah,
Boris takes the penalty. So it's a 5-on-3. And head coach Chuck Rinaldo
That's the most fired up I've seen him.
Absolutely as angry as we've ever seen him, as Cornier's going to come over. But the Huskies are going to have to start using another penalty box. They got 4 guys in the box right now. Cornier, Boris, Hansen, and Jacobson are there. On the ice for NIU, it's Rzyński, it's Line, and it's McSweeney in front of Hare. Dunn and Wicha, Urbaniak, Ambrosat, and Galvan are out there for the Redbirds. Well, this is the game right here.
Yep.
Wicha in now is talking to Hare. Doesn't look like he's trying to get him incensed or anything. Just kind of walks over. They kind of bump each other a little bit. Kind of bump each other on the stomach as if to say it's all good.
And I bet you a lot of these guys know each other.
Oh, I'm sure. I can tell you. Wicha played in Chicago, and of course Alex Hare, from Cary. So it's possible they've played against each other in the past. So the official is over in front of the NIU penalty box, which I believe now is the 4th largest city in the state of Illinois, with 4 members in it. Hansen, Cornier, Jacobson, and Boris. So we'll sort it all out for you, but as it is, the Huskies have 30 seconds of 5-on-3 they've got to kill off. Now they get it out. Here's Rzyński in, 1-on-2. Rzyński stick handles. Rzyński in front to McSweeney, and a save by Zarnik.
Wow.
That's as good of an offensive chance as you're going to see on a 5-on-3. Oh, my goodness.
That's the speed of Rzyński.
No question. In the stick handling, Ambrosat holds 5 seconds on the 5-on-3. Dunn to Ambrosat. Ambrosat over to Galvan. Down to Dunn. A shot goes wide. And one of the 5-on-3 penalties is over. Now Boris is up. So the Huskies still shorthanded 5-on-3. So the Huskies now have the odd thing where they're going to have to try to score shorthanded 2 men. And Rzyński's out again. A 2-on-1 with Hickey. Rzyński in. And a nice stick by Ambrosat. As we have a minute on Hare's holding penalty. Now it's taken away there by Rzyński. Put a shot on net.
And a penalty.
And a penalty is coming up.
And it's going to be holding on the Redbirds.
That's an interference penalty, I think, Marcus. I didn't see. Did he grab the arm? Or?
I think he grabbed the arm. Let's see what he says here.
So Hansen's coming out. Interference is going to be, or holding.
Oh, interference.
Interference is going to be on Galvan. So the penalties are coming fast and furious now. I've never seen this many offensive chances down 5-on-3.
That's 3 2-on-1s.
As it is, we've got 2:20 to go in the game in the third period. So a 2-minute interference penalty against Galvan. So now we've got a 4-on-3 for the next 50 seconds. 2:20 to go in the third period. Ice is going to open up big time. Leach just firing it out. And you're probably going to see ISU not come down and look to score a whole lot. They're going to get that's exactly right. They're going to get it to the neutral zone and dump it. Behind the net, it's Leach. Leach turns, gives it to, I can't see the number on that, I believe it's Kernbauer. Leach has it again. Leach up the ice to Brown. Brown's always going to look to score. He's in. And he tried a little drag there to Kernbauer. Hansen was there to knock it away. 22 seconds on the 4-on-3, excuse me. Over on the right wing boards. Now to the point. Here's Livano. Left wing boards. Left wing point. Kernbauer. Kernbauer has it over to Leach. Right wing point. Back to Kernbauer. Touch pass. Yeah, you can see Illinois State not really looking to shoot. They just want to keep the puck away. Here's Kernbauer in. Try to get a shot on net. Couldn't. Hickey swats at it. Can't clear it. And now we're going to get a whistle stopping play. And, boy, the officials have all of a sudden inserted themselves into this game more so than they did through the first 2.5 periods, and have really slowed the pace of this down. And Coach David Goldsmith is hollering something at an official over there. He's always worried that we can hear him up here. We can't.
We always say we want to do like a podcast after dark. We just put a microphone in the bench.
Yeah, that's going to get the explicit label tonight if that happens. Now Chuck Ronaldo is over talking to the official. He wants to know what's going on. Yeah, we've got 1:24 to go in the third, and
the whistle blew and nothing. There was no penalty. It just blew and
nobody had a hand up.
Nope,
nothing. The whistle just blew, and Coach David Goldsmith is pointing to the Husky end of the ice. He's still upset at the official over in this right wing faceoff circle. In the Husky zone. He's hot. I'm not sure what he's upset about. He's putting his hands behind his head as if to say, there are so many more things I want to say to you right now, sir.
I'm going to keep it. Oh, there he goes.
Oh, he is furious. He's giving it to that official. The official coming over here, talking to Cornier and Boris. So we've got 28 seconds to go on Boris's penalty.
So it should be theoretically 28 seconds of 4-on-4. Then about 34 seconds of power play time for the Huskies.
Yep. And it looks like Jacobson's going back to the penalty box. I have no idea what happened. And is Remley coming over as well? No, he's going to come over and talk to the official. So the game has ground to a halt here at 1:24 to go in the game, or in the third, excuse me, as the officials have blown their whistles more in the last 5 minutes of ice time than they did in the first 55 minutes.
Yeah.
And, you don't like to say that. And you don't like I really don't like to talk bad about officials, but I thought these four guys did a tremendous job the first 55 minutes of this game, and now it's like they want this big crowd to notice that they're here.
They want to be in the game.
And here we are. That whistle stopped a good 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And, they sent Jacobson back, and we're not playing at all. Guys are standing around. This game had a real nice pace to it, and now all of a sudden, here we are, 9:45 at night, and, James Weech is down there talking to Alex Hare. These two guys are thinking about, hey, let's go get some food after this game. The official's going to come back over and talk to the guys in the Husky penalty box. And now the official is jawing with some fans over here. You know what? I'm going to say it. That's Bush League right there. For an official to be jawing with fans.
Jacobson's coming back out.
And I don't know that guy. I don't know who he is. But you're an official. Be you got to be more appropriate than that. You know, I mean, one of the people he's looking at as a kid. I'm sorry. Ignore that. You got to be above that when you're an official. That's really not very good. I don't like to talk bad about him. I think the officials in this league have done a stupendous job this year. But that one right there, that's not a good sign. You can't have an official John with fans. They need to be above it. At any rate, 124, and we are back to 4-on-4 hockey. So we're at even strength now. After all that.
As another penalty, Hickey gets taken
another penalty.
down.
Hickey taken down, Hare's up the ice. Oh, and I don't think Rosinski knew it because he dumped it into the zone. Rosinski dumped it into the zone. If he knew that penalty was called, he's going to hold that puck and get as much time as we can. So now the Huskies are going to have a 4-on-3 as off the ice comes Kernbauer. What in the world is going on? You know, I hate to say this again. It sounds like I'm just ripping these officials. But
you have to call it like you see it.
Is it possible that that's a makeup call? Is it possible that you've got an official who knows that they messed up?
Yeah.
Who knows that in the last 5 minutes put one team kind of in a bad spot and has a makeup call? You see it in basketball all the time. I hate to even bring that up, but is that possible?
It could be. It could be. It very well could be.
I mean,
I'm not going to speculate.
I'm going to look at I want to look at the penalties here, okay? So in the third period, since 4 minutes, we had a penalty on Hare, a penalty on Boris, and then we had, for whatever reason, both Jacobson and Cornier come off. Then we had Galvan with an interference at 2:20, and now Kernbauer at 1:08.
So 8 penalties or 7 penalties?
7 penalties in the past 3 minutes. And
no excuse.
It's just too much. And again, the game has slowed down so much. Here's the important thing, fans, is the Huskies have 11 seconds to go on their penalty to Joe Boris. Cornier's ready to come out. They will have 30 seconds of 5-on-3 time. And I would guess that it won't be too long before Alex Hare's out of his net, and you're going to keep the 5-on-3. The Huskies control the faceoff. Here's Rosinski. Rosinski to Hickey. Huskies have the 4-on-3. Rosinski down low, tried to hit Remley, couldn't. Remley back up to Hickey. Cornier's out of the box. Huskies are going to go to a 5-on-3 for 33 seconds. Rosinski tried the pass to Hansen, missed him. Hickey holds it in at the point. Hickey, cross-rink pass to Rosinski. Rosinski back to Greenberg. Greenberg into the bread basket of Zarnik, and Hare came off the ice. So the Huskies are going to look to go 6-on-3 here with the extra attacker.
It looks like Nick Leon's going to be the one to come out.
So they're already up 5-on-3. Hare is on the bench. Huskies have 6 attackers. There are 3 defenders for the Redbirds for the next 21 seconds.
This is your ball game right here.
Yes, it is. And it cannot be taken out by Anderson off the boards. This is Leon. Leon holds down low to Hansen. Hansen in front, shoots, score! Mark Greenberg scores the puck! And with 28 seconds to go, we are tied at 3. Oh my goodness, what a pass from Hansen! Greenberg buried it. We're tied at 3.
Zarnik almost had it, but it trickled right through the 5-hole. Greenberg's second goal of the night, and the big boys come out and play, and they still got a power play with 28 seconds left.
Oh my goodness, 28 seconds to go. We are tied at 3. The Huskies have come storming back here in the third.
A minute 21 of power play time with 28 seconds, so if they go to OT, they still have the man advantage.
Absolutely. It's a 5-on-4 now. Huskies 28 and a half seconds to go. They've tied it up. Faceoff gets tied up. Why not? Let's have a whistle off the faceoff, too. Why not?
It's been that kind of evening.
Hey, we got, about what? Half a second off. It's 27.8 now. And
they both get thrown out.
Both get thrown out, Anderson and Remley. So it'll be Greenberg and Urbaniak. Greenberg loses the faceoff, but Rosinski comes away with it. So the Huskies have a 5-on-4 power play. Connection power play. MyCNXN.com. Sports apparel, opportunities to connect with athletes in your area, mycnxn.com. 15 seconds, the puck is frozen now. Remley out with it. Remley holds to Hickey at the high slot. Back to Remley. 8 seconds, puts a shot on net wide. Rosinski can't corral it. Anderson holds. Anderson takes a look up at the clock and now fires a shot on net. And that is the end of the third period. We go to overtime. Both teams are going to point. As it's 3-3, my goodness, what a crazy, crazy final 3 minutes of that period.
Why not, right? Spend that kind of evening.
Let's take a minute and recap the scoring in the third period. It started out looking ominous for the Huskies as Urbaniak from Anderson scored at 16:08 to go, and it was a 2-1 Illinois State lead. And 3 minutes later, Kernbauer from Reimel put it in the back of the net. It was 3-1, 13 minutes to go, and you think could be a bad situation as the Huskies may end up dropping this game. But then on the 5-on-3, Nick Leon scores the goal, and it's 3-2 with 11:36 to go. And then at 28.5, Mark Greenberg on a 6-on-3 scores with 28 seconds to go. And we are sitting here with 5 minutes of overtime tied at 3.
I don't know what to say.
You were talking with some of our fans over there.
Yeah, Mrs. Hickey said Troy went to ASU, so did Zarnik. They were roommates.
Oh, my gosh.
They together at Arizona State and played together at ASU.
No kidding. Well, there you go.
I saw that. I made the connection to ASU, but they lived together at their freshman year.
So they were close. So, let's talk about NIU and never giving up. With 11 minutes to go, you're down 3-1 to the top team in the conference, and you're down against a goalie who gives up 1.91 goals a game.
And you score 3.
And you score twice in that period. And again, why is it so important for coaches Ronaldo and Goldsmith to talk about discipline? Look at what happened to ISU. They were down on a 5-on-3 and a 6-on-3. And give Coach Ronaldo some credit for pulling the goalie and getting that 6-on-3 situation. So we've got 5 minutes here in overtime, and Kernbauer is still in the box for 52 seconds. So the Huskies are still on that connection power play. Greenberg wins the face-up. Greenberg with 2 goals already, looking for the hat trick. Rosinski, touch pass to Hansen. Hansen, right wing boards. Holds. Up top, Rosinski, back to Hansen. Hansen looking for a lane, can't find it, gives it to Rosinski. Rosinski down low, and it's cleared out as it hits the stick of Galvan. Air out of his net.
Good idea by Rosinski, looking for Greenberg on that near side net, or near side of Zarnik to his left. But here comes Rosinski again with that speed.
Rosinski up the ice, 20 seconds on the power play. He loses it. Brown tried to take it away from him, but Hansen picked it up. Here's Hickey. Hickey fires it down behind the net. And it's back behind the net now as they battle for it. Hickey to Rosinski. Rosinski, he tried to go back to Hickey. And now we've got a bad situation. It's Kernbauer out of the box, in all alone. He's in, shoots over the net. And it's taken away by Rosinski. Boy, Kernbauer fired that 5 feet over the net. Brown turns around as the Huskies couldn't get it up. Ronaldo imploring his guys, get back, get back, get back. Good stick there. Now Kernbauer in front. Puts a shot and he scores, and Illinois State wins. Kernbauer put it in the net.
That should have been a goaltender interference.
Yes, it should have. And Ryan McSweeney went over and was furious with the official as Hare was interfered with. And Illinois State gets the win. Kernbauer puts it in the net. 3:46 to go. In overtime, Kernbauer with his second. And it's a 4-3 overtime win for Illinois State. So Illinois State maintains its 2-point lead in the standings. And, Marcus, my initial thought of this game is you've got 2 really good teams. 2 teams that, boy, it would not surprise me to see them meet again in the Maca Conference Tournament.
Yeah.
And 2 teams that are going to come out and put on a great show tomorrow. And, you can't say enough about the hockey that was played here tonight. I know the Huskies are upset that they come out losers of the game, but you took the number 1 team in the conference to overtime. Illinois State on the year 25-2, now 25-3, 21-5-2. Huskies will fall to 17-6-2. But coaches Ronaldo and Goldsmith over talking to the officials right now. And Coach Goldsmith especially wants an explanation about some things. And there you see Hickey and Zarnik talking to each other, giving each other a little pat, saying nice game, and they both go to their respective locker rooms. Goldsmith's still pretty upset with that official.
Yeah, it's a shame that, you know.
And you know what? Good job by Goldsmith. He said his piece, didn't get overly emotional, and shook their hands as he walked away. So I think that's a really good example to set for his guys. Be upset that you lost, but at the end of the day, still be a gentleman, still have some class, and he absolutely did. He absolutely does. So good job by him. But boy, I need to go take a nap.
I need to sit down.
Quite a game there, and boy, just too bad that NIU couldn't do that in the end. Kernbauer got out of the box and got behind the defense, and you know that stuff happens.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I would say that probably at least half, if not more, breakaways in hockey are when a guy's comes out of the box and the other team finds him, and Kernbauer did, and give him credit. He beat the goalie. Yeah, I would say Hare was interfered with. I would say that there should have been a penalty called, but Kernbauer, you know, you still got to bury that puck, and Kernbauer did, and give him credit. He's a heck of a player. Kernbauer with 2 goals tonight, and those are 20 and 21. So this is not a fluke for this guy to score goals.
No, and you have to give credit to Greenberg for scoring 2 out of the 3 as
Yep,
well.
Absolutely. So Marcus, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about your thoughts on the game, and then we'll get to our 3 stars. Go ahead, just give me your reaction to the game.
Well, it was a good game. I mean, I loved how NIU down 3-1 came back, got the 6-on-4, scored to tie it, get it to OT, and at least get the point.
Yeah.
That was the big thing, to at least get the point and not have to go down. If they would have been 4 points back then, if they would have won in regulation. So now you're still down 2 where you started coming into tonight.
Well, they'll actually be down 3 now because they were down 2. They got a point, and ISU gets 3. So updating the MACA standings right now, Illinois State will have 27 points. Northern Illinois now will have 24. And we'll have to see how St. Louis does, because if St. Louis wins tonight in regulation, they'll be at 24, tie NIU for second place. So the sad thing for this is now with 27 to 24, NIU cannot tie or take first place from Illinois State this weekend. The best they can do is come out with a 1-point deficit. And what that means, Marcus, is that NIU's now going to have to, if they want to win the conference, going to have to get help.
Yeah, and that's one thing I don't think they wanted. They would rather have had the destiny in their own hands and not having to rely on anybody. And it's really bad that you know, ISU's such a good team, and we don't know. I don't know who they have to play yet this year. We'll talk about that maybe tomorrow, who ISU has to play this year. But we still have to play 1 more against the Redbirds, 2 against St. Louis, and 2 against Northern Michigan.
Yeah, and so, I mean, talking about St. Louis University, they'll be here in 2 weeks, and that could very well be for second place in the conference.
Yeah.
You hope that Illinois State stumbles in it, and it could be for the conference championship, but at the very least, it should be for second place.
Second place and get into the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What do you think about that for our 3rd star?
Yeah.
All right.
Good
Marcus and I, while we're talking here, are trying to come up with 3 stars, but it's time to give you the 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Chelios' Pub and Grill, located right over there in the Fox Valley Ice Arena, home of the NIU Huskies. NIU students, show your student ID at Chelios for specials and discounts, and bring in your NIU hockey game ticket for 10% off your entire order at Chelios' Pub and Grill, the place where true sports fans meet. Marcus, we're going to give our 3rd star tonight to the 2 goalies, Scott Zarnik and Alex Hare. You know, each of these teams can score. Both guys made really, really good saves when they had to. The goals that they gave up, I don't think they should be upset about it in any stretch of the imagination.
No.
Every goal scored was a tough goal. Nothing soft tonight at all.
Maybe
the 6-on-3 Greenies goal over here, but even then a 6-on-3 for Pete's sakes.
Yeah.
You know, that's again a tough goal to give up. So I would say that's a tough that was the only one. But otherwise, I would say both goalies played really well tonight, just what you would expect out of these two good teams.
And
so goalies get third star.
Expect more of the same tomorrow.
Absolutely, no question about it. Our second star is going to go to Mark Greenberg. Greeny tonight just had a great game, had 2 goals scored, had the first and the third score for the Huskies, and continues his really excellent play we've seen all year.
Yeah, it goes up to 28 points on the season, so I think he is now the new point leader over Mike Hansen.
I believe that's correct. And then we're going to give the number 1 star to the guy who scored once early and then scored the ultimate game-winning goal, Carter Kernbauer, for Illinois State. You get the game winner, you get the number 1 star. That's kind of the way it works.
It's the way of the beast.
And again, a fine played game. Really nice job for both teams tonight. And, boy, if you need an excuse to come watch a hockey game, here you got 2 dynamite teams. It's cheap to get into this place. Why wouldn't you come watch at 1 o'clock tomorrow?
Yeah, no kidding. Tomorrow's going to be another great game with Hare and Sartnick. And these 2 teams, especially NIU, expect them to come out with a lot more energy tomorrow.
And, yeah, that's going to be the case for them. As we said, it's at 1 o'clock tomorrow, so make sure if you can't be here at Fox Valley that you tune in right here on the Ustream channel. For my partner, Marcus Grosnick, our cameraman, Dan Sanchez, my name is Scott Swartz, repeating the final score. In overtime, Illinois State defeats Northern Illinois by a score of 4-3. Until tomorrow at 10-1, this is Scott Swartz saying, let's be careful out there. So long, everybody.